That's a good... Okay, oh god. Oh Jesus. Oh god. Welcome to Dota 2. This is not... We're not playing a normal game of Dota 2. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're playing a bunch of mods in this game because I had an idea, okay? Holy shit, is this Half-Life 3? POV, this is Half-Life 3, and this is what Valve has been cooking for the last couple of years, okay? You thought Half-Life 3 was going to be another shooter? No. See, Valve innovates. They innovate on every single churn. They've churned Half-Life into a MOBA, and they're calling it Half-Life 3. As you can tell, this is an account that has no wins or anything. Like I've literally never played this game, or I played the game so badly that no matter how many times I play, I have 0 wins still. But let's just assume that I don't play this game at all. Hide my friends list. I feel bad for, I don't know, doxing people with the friends list. But yeah, this is basically just a segment of showing you the cool kinds of mods that are on Dota 2. Because I'm very surprised at how many different things there are in this game, that it's honestly genuinely kind of a crazy modding scene, okay? The reason why we're doing this is because the impetus for all of this was Sandbox. Because you may remember that I'm trying to make a game in Sandbox. I still am. Just off stream because I can't do it live. I can't do it while talking to people. It's just too hard. I like to program in my silence in my cave. The thing that struck me though was that Sandbox has a problem that they need to solve. And that's they have to build a storefront and a store page and almost a recommendation system for you to eventually find people's games, right? And I was thinking to myself, what other game has this model but that has done it successfully that is specifically within the model of Sandbox? Roblox to some degree has this, but I think Roblox has also a degree of word of mouth that doesn't exist for a game like Sandbox. And I'll get into this, but the gist of it is that Trouble in Terrace Town got really big because Gmod was the thing, but it's also one of the most popular games, so its popularity kept on going. But also, that game came out during a time when I think most people who were playing it were in school to some degree and were hanging out with their friends and were just popping the server in Trouble Town, right? With Roblox, you get a similar effect, I think, because it's mainly geared towards kids. Kids are in school, so when you play games, I mean, you just tell your friends about what games are out there, and so it kind of spreads with word of mouth. And so, with the recommendation system, what you get is games that naturally prop themselves up over time. Obviously, with the recommendation system, whatever is at the top will always be at the top. But with Sandbox, it's a whole different market, it feels like. Sure, there's people that are going to be in school playing the games, but for the most part, it's coming out in a day and age when the algorithm in general determines what you play, right? Holy shit, TTT, you love TTT. I love TTT too. And what you get, I think, is a lot of algorithmic-driven, interaction and growth and almost... marketing and advertising versus something that's much more organic and natural. It's much more mechanistic in its mechanisms, right? And I was thinking to myself, where exactly is this? Like, what exactly has a similar model? Because besides social media, I couldn't think of any game that had this. And then I realized something, right? Fortnite doesn't have this, kind of. Fortnite actually has more sponsored things. But there's actually a game that is exactly the same. That is exactly the same as Sandbox that already has experimented with this over a long period of time. It's Dota 2, because people don't know this, or a lot of people don't know this. One of Dota 2's best features is this, the arcade. It has custom games everywhere. And some of these custom games are absurdly, insanely cool. A lot of them are very, very strange, and a lot of them play with the concept of Dota. So, for instance, there's the classic... you know, all random, all amid WTF mode with low cooldowns. But there's also stuff like Auto Gladiators. And actually, fun fact that one of the games that we're playing today spawned a whole new genre that is taking the world by storm. Pudge Warriors, exactly, Pudge Warriors. And those are cool, but I think it goes even beyond that. I think the Dota 2 arcade system goes even far beyond that. And I think there's a great depth of creativity that's on display here. And I think it's actually a model that Sandbox is probably going to look towards long-term to figure out how to make this work, both in terms of learnings and in the way that it doesn't work, because a lot of these things don't really work in terms of the way that you see these games, as well as the ways that it does work in the sense of how accessible it is and how easy it is to play. For instance, if I want to play Dota Mid WTF, I click the install button and it immediately installs. Very similar to Sandbox, right? The problem with this is it only shows the most popular games, usually by the sorting. And it's almost always impossible to get into a game that has no players, like say the ones all the way down here, because it has to start a custom server. For instance, what the fuck is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know what is this? We don't know. So we're just gonna start it. And you make your own lobby and you just go ahead and you join in and we just see what it is. And this is the first of many, and this is just a random one that I pulled from the list, but I favorited it before, so clearly something about it interested me. Clearly. Sorry, that was so loud. But whatever it is, I don't know. So we're gonna see what this is. I have no clue. I mean, it looks like a meme game, and you see immediately the problem is you have to wait for it to find a server for you to join. Because it needs to host a server, and then it needs to go into it. There's a lot of like weird intricacies to making this work. And there's a lot of strange things about this marketplace that I'll get to as well. And it's going to get increasingly weird as we go over this. This should only take about 2 or 3 hours, but this gets increasingly strange and increasingly higher detailed. I think this is a great look at what's possible as long as, you know, these systems keep going. And what happens when you give people both a good base to work on in terms of mechanics as well as assets. So very similar to the Warcraft 3 model, which is very unlike the Sandbox model. But also what happens when people take just the base mechanics and almost build their own assets on top of that to build something new. This actually might not work, and you actually see one of the major problems is if a game has 0 players, you can't just play on it. Is it not possible to use a local server? Not anymore. There's been a bug for a couple of years or months now where a lot of the scripts that you see don't work in a local server. So very often when you try to, it just gets stuck making it, and it'll just crash immediately. I've had to crash the game outright, but I've also just had it say, oh, the server can't be connected to, even though it's hosted on your own. So there's a lot of different things. AI scripts run into the same issue, but the opposite. AI scripts only work locally. So, but yeah, so see games like this, there's seasons. So this is a season 4. This game has been going on for 4 seasons. It's Auto Gladiators, but this is, I think, an earlier version of it. Or it's pirated. I don't actually know. Why is there 2 Auto Gladiators? Okay, we'll just leave this one. Because I don't think this is the real Auto Gladiators. I think they just stole it. or it's like an old version of it. I don't really know. But that's a gist of what you get on this marketplace. Now, I have a selection of, I think, greatest hits that I think I want to show you all. Jesus Christ, it's so loud. The music is really good, but man, it's so loud. And I do enjoy the orchestral music. I think Dota 2 has amazing music design. But I'm going to show you what happens when you take a game and you make your own new game on top of that, using a lot of the base assets of Dota 2 that it provides, which is a lot. So taking a Warcraft 3 mentality, but also applying a lot of custom work on it to make it something new as well, which is sort of what Sandbox is leaning towards. And Sandbox is interesting because it's leaning entirely towards all custom stuff. Whereas the Warcraft 3 model was, here's a bunch of assets, do whatever you want with it. It lowers the barrier to entry and gives you a lot of really fun stuff. It's why Gary's mod, for instance, was so successful, because it just gave you a bunch of tools, but all the assets were high-quality assets with face rigging, which at the time was novel, from Valve. And this is a game called Kung Fu New Game, with a custom mana art that's probably AI, I'm not really sure. It has a wuxia scene going out. Join a renowned sect to uphold justice and become one with the legendary Kung Fu. The martial world is in turmoil once more. Amid sect rivalries, who will cleanse the poison and spread righteousness across the land? Travel to Jiangyu to punish evil and champion good. Would you be a guardian of justice or a legend of the martial world? And then with Millennial Sex, the other. There's a QQ group. QQ is like the social media type of deal / messenger thing. China has their own everything on their own, like Bilibili for the YouTube. I think Bilibili for Twitter as well. WeChat and WePay for payments. And some of these, you'll actually see WePay and WeChat come into play. So let's go into Map Kong for Kung Fu. Gong Fu. Gong Fu, my Shifu. It's been a long time since I called someone Shifu, but I haven't practiced in a very long time, so martial arts. Shifu. And a lot of these are strange. Again, these will vary from being just base amendments to the core gameplay of Dota 2, all the way to almost custom games entirely. And what you get is something like this. Some of them also don't have translations, and a lot of them are Chinese by default. Some of them are, I think, Russian, Quite a few of them are just European in general. I've seen a couple German ones, but today is mostly a Chinese day. So just be wary. I can't read it, so I have no clue what this is. Thankfully, most of them have fairly okay translations. So let's go adventure in the valley. There's a code up here for you to message them directly on their version of like Twitter, I think, or maybe it's a DM messenger. I forget which one. The codes look similar, or maybe that's just a version code. Like there's a code somewhere that shows how you contact them. In the hidden mountains, the protagonist encounters an adventure that uncovers the mysteries of the valley. Sure. This is now an MMO. It's an entirely different game. So as you can see, people take the framework of Dota 2 and build entirely custom games into it with their own character selection screens. That honestly, it genuinely looks like an MMO from the early 2010s to 2000s. And so I made this character called Enlightened Education, but I want to show you all the different characters that are there because I had to test all of this. So you have the Shaolin monk, okay? Now I've seen Renton on YouTube, the Shaolin monk guy who plays games. He doesn't look like this. He has the same haircut, but he doesn't look like this. He's not as cool. And there's a lot of different skills that they have too. It's very nice. Each one is a different class, custom models and particle effects. You have the Wu Dang, a sage known through hard training and actual combat and demonstrated great strength and skill in battle. This is like the protagonist in most of your wuxia, story arcs. Imei, this is your usual, this is usually your deuteragonist in these stories as well, and also the love interest of the main protagonist. Tang Men, this is like your this is like your companion, your side character that is a part of your main character's crew. And then you have Enlightened Education. I don't know why his name is Enlightened Education, but I really enjoy this. So Enlightened Education, Ming Jiao has obvious demonic character. And apparently demonic power is not necessarily evil, because the evil faction and the demonic faction are two different factions in traditional wuxia storytelling, with the good faction and the Divine Justice Alliance. There's a whole bunch of factions. Just know that if you're demonic, it doesn't mean that you're evil. It just means that you love fighting. And then so let's enlighten ourselves with education today. So we're now Enlightened Education. Let's enter the Wulin and see what's going on, now that there's some music.
名教弟子 岂能畏惧生死?
I want to remind people this is Dota 2. This is still Dota 2. We haven't changed the game. We just downloaded the mod for Dota 2. QW for basic skills. F for stunts. Space light work, no reaction. Space light work. So space is your dash move. I don't know why they translate it to light work, no reaction. Every time I see the word light work, I think no the like meme. I see a determined glow in your eyes. Your first challenge of you to go to the back hills and fight the Great Boar King. And I don't know what the rest of this is, but this is actually just Dota 2, and they made a whole custom map for it. And a lot of these have the same level of interesting qualities to it. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. It's a bit loud. Maybe lower the sound effects actually. Sound effects are kind of high. Because the music is good. Although the music feels like it's ripped from somewhere. I'm not really sure. But yeah, the gameplay is basically base Dota, but with a whole bunch of extra things. Slash that watermelon. So it's funny because this is Tidehunter. So a lot of these games you'll see use the same assets. And a lot of the same systems too. So there's systems up here that you can sort of see off in the corner. But that's just Tidehunter. And Tidehunter is the usual training dummy in most of these games to test your DPS. So my DPS is 450. And you'll notice a bunch of systems up here, like the mall, where you can spend real money to buy things. So there's a limited purchase pack. We'll get this for five silver liang. You can buy diamonds. So this is real cash shop. You can spend real money for these custom games. And Dota 2 has had this for a very long time. There's another custom game that was made by somebody in North America that got into a major heat because they were reusing assets and paying and charging people for it. But this is a very long-term system that they've had for a long time. You can do arbitrary API calls as well, HTTP network calls. Some of these things aren't even priced in like a different currency. Sometimes it's just straight up yuan. And you can choose to pay with Alipay or WePay. You click OK, it opens up the overlay, but I have it disabled so you can't see it. So you scan this code, and if you scan this code, you can pay for me in WePay for this item. It takes you to an actual store. And many of these games have this. Okay, you also have the prayer system. This is a gacha system. Make no bones about it. This is just a gacha game. You have the gang, which is a guild. Name of gang, gang rank. There's only like 7 guilds because only 7 people play this game. You have a trade system. This is an actual auction house. So if you go to the auction house, you can get auction items that you pay other people for. This is in-game currency. There's real-life global rankings. So who is a god soldier? Who is a gang? And who is a hero? Okay? There's a buff naked Asian dude holding their phone. There's mail when they want to mail you items because these are full-on basically MMOs. There's welfare, which is this is a funny translation actually. This is a game pass. It's called welfare. I wish more games called their in-game battle pass welfare. Welfare checks for systems. That's actually amazing. Welfare. I don't even think that is not a machine translation. That's just the best name I've ever heard in my life for these systems. It's so good. So yeah, you can get items, you get battle passes in the welfare system. There's redeem codes. There's like, you know, really cool battle pass stuff. Collections of items for your titles, your wings. There's, again, full custom animations, custom cosmetics for items too. So there's a whole bunch. There's so many of them. Different classes have different things. This is standard. This is like your base standard system. There's the classic skins like one Luffy from One Piece. Luffy from One Piece taking welfare. This is the best. This is the best game ever. This is the best game ever. Luffy from One Piece taking welfare. You have the bikini models as always. You have the really cool, you know, this is a very common look where they want to depict their character being cool but chill at the same time. That's a really high level Luffy. Yeah, that's his 7th what is it, transformation or something. I forget the name of it. You protected bodies, which gives you, so all these games are pay to win. Auto pickup, sure, we'll just put that on. All these games are pay to win. Every single one. There's an invite code. So if I invite players to play this and they enter their code, I get different things. It's invite codes. 7th gear, thank you. It's the gears, yeah. That's his that's his 8th gear, or like 9th gear. His Luffy's final gear form is he just goes back to being normal Luffy. Here. Enter the back hill to fight the wild boar king. Click the explore button and go. Valve ruined games. This isn't Valve's fault. So let's enter the map, and it teleports you. You heard the sound of a teleport scroll, and you fight boars. Okay. And I don't know what this is. I don't know why they're so strong too. But these boars are kind of strong. Hey, whoa! Let's do some light work. No reaction to go over here. And yeah, this is basically the game in most of these games. But some of them get very, very complicated too. So this is the level of quality that you can see in the mod store. And you see what happens when you provide an interesting base, right? I think when I look at this game and I compare it to what Sandbox is doing, I recognize one major issue is that they don't provide you enough of a baseline for you to be able to make a game without significant effort, like great effort. Z skill, backwater damage, backwater, like backshot? What the fuck is a backwater? What? No, hold. Stop moving. Hold. What is this music? Guys, I'm backshotting. Holy shit, my characters they're going to backshot someone. Oh, there's also these UI bits down here. So there's give up the challenge. There's a DPS meter, so if you're playing in a party, you can see who's bad. No injury and light work. You have a character menu to upgrade and equip items on. So it's a different inventory system entirely. And all these games have the same thing, because I think they all take the same source code. I'd not necessarily stolen, but I think there is like an open source implementation of this that somebody shares, because a lot of these games have the same systems. You have your backpack full of items. So we have a healing item here. There's decomposition, gear. I don't know. Equip successfully. Yeah, gear, white bait bag, copper waist guard, and gold lock. There's the meridians. So this is very complicated. Your meridians, when you're dealing with martial arts, like way back when, they believe that ki flowed through your meridians. And so you need to open your meridians in order to have more ki flowing through your body. It's a very wuxia thing, but it was also a belief very early on that you see touted. It's not really true, but you know, you have things. There's a heaven and earth cave. It's just a chest. Level 2. There's a Gong Fu book. This is a Gong Fu book that teaches you different types of Gong Fu, which is just passives. What is this game? There is a move set like the 9 Yang Shin. Holy shit, Chad! You can make your own Gong Fu. Big boss appears. Please kill the Boar King. But this music sounds like a Mirror's Edge music. Game over. We'll return to the city after seconds. Oh, the parrot is a new character. Yeah, Kez is a new character. What is this magic? What? Skills cannot be configured in the dungeon. We'll return to the city. Okay, how about I just return to the main city now? Okay, so we're in the city. We can actually make a custom moveset. That's kind of cool. How do I apply this configuration? Oh shit! Look, we can do new kung fu. You guys want to do some new kung fu? We'll do 7 wounded fists. Apply configuration. We'll do 7 wounded fists. Okay, there's a bunch of combos actually. Holy shit! This is a cool system. But this is a taste of what these different games are. And there's a lot. There's a lot of really cool custom enemies too. Like you have thieves, enemies. The Big Eater, a dying man. That's the name of a boss. There's a boss called a dying man. There's a boss called enemy network bride. POV. No. It's not an e-girl, okay? She's not my e-girlfriend. She's my network bride. She's my network bride. She's not my e-girlfriend. She's my network bride. Holy shit. I love that actually. Task. Oh, okay. Claim the reward. Number 1 chapter. Mission received successfully. Claim received. I can't read this. I can't read any of this. What am I doing? What? 6. Oh, this is a one-time purchase for 6 won. $6? That's like micropayments. Wow. There's also these things where it opens up different systems to you to buy things. I have a sword. Internal force loss. What does that mean? Experience bonus. Damage reduced while not taking damage. What a translation. So, while you're not taking damage, let's reduce the damage that you take. Damage reduced while not taking damage. That doesn't seem very useful to me. That doesn't seem very useful to me. If I'm already safe for the most part. I need to turn off auto attack. Let's do standard. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so I guess we just go to a new place. Exquisite and secret. Single enter the Ling Long. That sounds wrong. Secret enter the Ling Long secret realm. Challenge stronger and stronger enemies and successfully challenge to receive the corresponding level of rewards. Arena showdowns dual stake. What? Reinforcing Godcast. That was a Godcast. After Godcast. I want a Godcast. Blacksmith. Account. Oh, that's like a storage. Okay. What are you, old man? Partner. Picture book. Oh, you can summon pets. Wait, these are pets. I can actually get a network bride. A grocer. What? Game text pai yao dui hu. Insufficient material. Okay. Let's go to 1-2. A berserker build. Yeah, I think this character is a berserker build. And yet, in spite of all of this, right, all these systems really are just building on top of a core base of a Dota 2 gameplay. So there's not really much to show you. Like, if you know Dota 2 or you know a MOBA, you see what you're working with. But this, I think, is actually a core bit of what Sandbox was kind of missing. It's actually interesting to me that Sandbox doesn't really have any mechanics at all. Which is weird to me because, yeah, you kind of notice very quickly that, oh, it's very hard for you to make your own thing. And I wonder how that's going to be long-term, right? Because long-term, How are people going to be able to make games, let's say, if they don't know anything, right? I'm at least fortunate that I have programming experience, but the floor to make a Dota 2 custom mod that's relatively fun is pretty low compared to, say, a sandbox thing, yeah? So yeah, and you see how far you can go too with even what seems like a lot of the same systems that I think is open source somewhere, but if not open source, everyone's using the same code to some level. So we know for sure that these systems are in different games, and you'll see that very, very soon. Once I get out of this hell, I need to kill the boss. That's the boss. Okay, so I killed the boss. All right, I have bearskin leg warmers. Copper waistband. Damage reduced while carrying water. Oh, man. That's what you really need, right? When you go and you get some water for your village and somebody attacks you, you really want to reduce the damage as you're holding it. That's the most important part. Damage reduced on the leader. Damage reduced while carrying water. I think I prefer water. Life cap. Yeah, let's get more life cap. But this is, I think, actually one of the weaker ones of the entire Dota 2 custom game scene. Not weak as in bad, but it's crazy how high the ceiling has gone over time with these game mods. So that was Kung Fu new game. If you want to try that out, you just search up Kung Fu. This next one is a bit harder to find, but thankfully it's right here. I can't even link this to you. This is called Dungeon Siege. This is a bit of an interesting one as well, which has the same sort of elements, where it's roughly the same Dota 2 system, but with more stuff around it that makes it a whole new experience, which I do enjoy, and I'll show you why it's very fun too. And you'll notice a pattern with these as well, right? All these games, because they're just Dota 2 games, they also focus in on the mechanics that are available within MOBAs, which is typically, if it's a PvE game, it's mostly going to be a farming experience. Some of these games have PvP elements, which are very fun, but I'm not going to do because, as you all know, public lobbies and stuff, but when the games have a PvP element, they play with it to a very large degree, to the point where Dota 2, in a way, is sandbox. Or what is sandbox, or is what sandbox is trying to be, where it has a base game mode that people enjoy, a base living system that people enjoy, cosmetics that they can carry over for the most part, but also a very thriving custom game system that has basically their own game ecosystems within them. So this is, we need to choose a character with a passive skill to make this very easy. I'll choose her. Luna's always good. No, I guess we'll go Munchkin. And this is another farming game. So you know, so a lot of these games tend to be very, very basic, right? The last game that we saw was a lot of custom assets and stuff. This one is more the baseline Dota 2 characters and units and stuff even. So in bosses, you see these characters within special events as well. So all the models from special events have been ripped, or if not, they're provided by default. I don't know which is the case fully, but what I know is that they're available for you to use. It's a bit like a game where you get you can choose any number of skills to upgrade with. So you can choose these skills, for instance. So my E skill is now an AoE move on my normal attack, and she has a Luna passive. You have Tiny, a custom model Tiny, boots, and a thing, choose agility, sure. You also go to dungeons, so I can go to the skeleton ruins and deal with skeletons. And every one of these games has a timer, too. Every one of these games has a timer system, I don't know why. And they all devolve into just farming. There are hundreds of these types of games. And yet they're all very interesting in their own ways. Where is the skeleton ruins? Porcupine Forest, sure. Summon my golems. Alright, boys, go. Stone babies. And again, a lot of these models too, I don't know if they're built in, but I see a lot of these same models in different games, right? And I don't know if they're built in or if they're free, but they're actually high quality models too. It seems fairly easy to find assets if you need assets to make your game. And even the music, I don't know, it's all the same music. And now look, there's a mole. There's a mole. So even a game like this has a cash shop system, which you can recharge, spend yuan, and go to Alipay for. And you generate a QR code. So the system generates a QR code that you scan, you go to a real Alipay payment portal to pay for it. And you can buy these. Buy Demon Slayers to increase damage against, like, dragons. You can spend to get an Indonesian minion. Initial D. What? Indonesian minion. What does that even mean? A tanker. An economist. What? What is this? Archmage, Sword of Kings. What? Probability theory. SSR. What? I think some of these are racist. You also get a Spartan, Immortal Treasure Spartan. You can get a lot. You can get a lot. You get runes, for instance, to upgrade your skills. I don't know, let's get strength, sure. I don't know, agility, sure. I don't really know what the hell's going on. Treasure chests, open once. I can't open, sure. Personal center. It's my stats for my character on this game. Wow, this is just weird. And again, it's all the same systems, like a leaderboard system. And these are all real HTTP calls, because there's some open source ones, Dota 2 stuff. And Dota 2 allows you to just make there's an API to make HTTP calls to any, like, web page, which is nice. It's very interesting. A settlement page. Auto spell BGM. Lens rotation. This music is absurd. Newbie guide. Well, fuck. Doesn't really help me. How do I go back to the main spot? How do I leave? I want to go back home. Sublimation ticket. Sure. I've sublimed. I've upgraded it. Okay, there's a socket now. All right, how do I leave this place? Anyways, this is also one of those ones that doesn't really push the boundaries of what's capable, right? It's just Dota 2 with some extra things to make money off of it and to do certain things, okay? This next one, however, is completely different. It's Hold the Door Tower Defense. Hold the Door is an exhilarating and strategically challenging tower defense game. In this game, players take on the brave role of a brave commander facing a constant onslaught of enemies. Yada 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 yada. Same thing. I think that last game was a bit racist. Maybe. I'm not really sure. Again, it's Dota 2, so expect some level of awful human nature. We'll see how this goes. I don't really know anything about these games. I just know that, like, the community within Dota 2, it tends to be one of the worst. So maybe not as bad as League of Legends, but both of them tend to have the worst people. In terms of, like, the behavior that you see from people and the things that they say to each other, it's like awful. But this is one of those games that feels completely different from the norm. And this art style, make no mistake, is actually represented within the game as well. It's actually very interesting because it reminds me of a Kenny S asset pack, which I wouldn't be surprised if it is. So basically, yeah, you're in a tower defense thing. You need to get a recruit, so you got to buy a tower. And your towers are alive and they do stuff. So we complete the main quest. We need to challenge the main quest once. Why is there no... I swear this is a real song that they just pirated. Wait, chat, the audio is centered in like a single spot. Look, if I scroll too far away, there's no sound. It's like Oh my god, chat, my squirrel has the music. My squirrel is playing the music. My squirrel is the speaker. Wow. Anyways, yes, this is just a tower defense. Yeah, my squirrel is the speaker. What the fuck? The new Samsung Magic Squirrel with a built-in music speaker for you to listen to all the latest hits. We need to recruit someone new. How do I recruit someone? Oh, I can't. I need position in... Oh, my population. What? Population? What was the quest? I'll do quest 2, sure. Kill them, boy. Yay, I did the... Will resources will take effect. What? What does that mean? Alright, I got timber resource giveaway. Why is the music centered on my squirrel? What? Cow Lord. I don't know if I want to challenge him. What? Backpack? Wow. God of Talents. Mana Charge. Tech Guys. I Am a Legend. I bet you this thing costs $1 million. Is there a way to see like a money thing? Can I see how much this stuff costs? You now know melee URL v arms. What? Event. There's an event? Oh, you pay money. How much is 1288 yuan a cat? That I want you all to know this final tier is 250 Canadian dollars. 250 Canadian dollars. Holy fuck. Yeah, okay. Whoa. Okay, well, I don't know what to do now. I guess we just keep going. Let's do technology. I just want to do technology. Classic. Classic money making. Oh, okay, so we got population. Can I summon like a new guy? Not yet. I need more population. I want to have more population, please. I guess we just... Is this the whole game? That was somebody's... That was somebody doing the voice acting on their own, and I commend them for it. Like, why can't I summon someone? We're gonna lose. The Cow Lord is going to kill me. Uh-oh. Chat, he's too far away to kill the Cow Lord. I think I lost. Return the entire population. No. Can I move you? Classes can move but cannot attack. Oh. Walton Lee. There we go. There we go. So we have a new one now. And this is kind of cool, right? Again, it's reminds you a lot of the Warcraft 3 scene, though with a funnier problem where it's like all the music is centered on your squirrel. I open the treasure. Have open. Okay. Is that the treasure? I don't think that's my treasure. Kill it. Kill the treasure. Good. Magic bonus, get invincible. Common treasure. Up magic attack +1. All arms are up magic attack +2. +2. Befall. What is befall? What? Why is it centered around my Samsung Magic Squirrel? My Samsung Magic Squirrel has all the music. But games like this are interesting. It's very much, again, reminiscent of the Warcraft 3 era of map making and gameplay. And you see the possibilities of it, and when you consider that now people can actually fund themselves making it too, you realize that, yeah, these are just full games. Like, people are paying real money for this. 250 Canadian dollars for this. This is a nice song, actually. So, this sort of shows you what's possible with Sandbox, although I think Sandbox, in a weird way, might even go even further, because there's nothing. What we saw last time we played Sandbox was a deluge of different game concepts entirely. We played a first-person dungeon crawler. We played like a first-person Papers, Please. We played a bunch of really cool different game concepts that I think you're getting close to within Dota 2. But Dota 2, I think, as a platform model, is interesting to look at, because the platform model feels like it's going through the same challenges today. Class conversion. Sure. He's Arcanist B now. He's go to B. He's go to B. Class promotion. What? Holy shit! He just fingered him. So sorry. There's a character named Lion in this game who has a skill called Finger of Death. My goat uses Finger of Death. He's fingering them. Finger him again. Finger. Jesus Christ, my goat is fingering him. Holy shit. My silencer. This is a cool silencer skin, actually. Yeah, as you can tell, a lot of these skins too are just normal game skins that you can buy for money that they just kind of ripped and make there and just add on. Some of them are fully custom, though. Like some pieces here, I think are custom with silencer, but for the most part, it's built-in game skin. So if you want to use a game skin, you just play a custom game and you can just use it. Actually, a lot of them have that system. Make love, not a Warcraft. That's such an old reference. Kill wood. all soldiers back to blue. What the fuck does a chest? Arms, spell penetration 15%. Sure. We'll do more bosses. Gold, what? Gold insufficient. Quest 3. Okay, well, they're dying. Challenge treasure, open treasure. Okay. Level 2 have open. I lost. They're running away. I lost. Oh wait, they're coming back. Why is there a spaceship? Chat, there's a drone attacking my base. Why is there a drone attacking my base? Magic bonus, invincible. Sure. Sure. What a weird game. And it's funny to me how often these games stay within the framework of Dota 2. Like, a lot of these games really don't push away from the framework of Dota 2. You just realize that this is the squirrel, but naked. Holy shit, you're right. Wait, you're actually right. This is just... What's her name? Where is she? She's over here somewhere. Wait, is she... No, here. Oh my god.
Stick fast or you'll select meat.
Oh my god. It is just naked hoodwink with no tail, with no tail. That's impressive. Where'd I go? And it's sad to see that most people don't really break out of the confines of the game. Because I think there's a lot to do with the game that you could go even further and make some really cool stuff. But we're going to see those very soon, because actually not everything stays within the confines. Some of them even take inspiration from other games entirely, which is very cool. There's a very large list here. Some of these I'm not going to do, but for instance, Dodo TD I'm going to do. This is a roguelike tower defense. I thought this one was kind of cool too. A lot of these I'm showing off, even though they're similar concepts to another game that we played, because I want to show you what the ecosystem is like, and also show you all the custom systems that they have for making money and the stuff too, which I really enjoy seeing. Because you really don't expect it from a game like Dota 2 custom mods, but this is what you're going to see eventually, I think, within things like Sandbox. I mean, it's what happens within Roblox. People want to monetize. People want to make their stuff. And also, people really have different ways of making things too, and different ideas that pop in. Sandbox right now feels a bit more creative, but I mean, maybe we'll see that level of creativity go towards Dota 2 as well. Who knows? One thing is for certain though, it is apparently a lot easier to make things within Sandbox because it's much more open. With Dota 2, I have heard that it's very difficult to massage the game to what you want, because so much of the Dota 2 isms are tied so deeply within the core of the game's code that even within a mod, it's very hard to break out of that code. So that is one complaint that I've heard from Dota 2 modders, where it's very hard to work around it, and even then, a lot of APIs don't even exist. You wonder if auto chess is still there. You're in luck, because that's one of the things on the list. Also, all these images, I'm pretty sure are AI, but I can't tell. Because I don't know if they commissioned someone or if it's AI, but it's a lot of these images feel strange the way that they look. They look almost too good for what is effectively a free shitpost game. Holy shit, I got an A-star dragon. Look, that's an easy win. This is an easy win. A-star dragon. Control mechanical insect for money. He's a financial guy. And the control physical Medusa. The population limit has been reached. Shit. What? Wait, this kind of slaps. Well, this kind of slaps. Wait, Chad, this kind of slaps. Kinda good, actually. Wow. This is pretty fun, actually. Upgrade my dorm. What? Upgrade dorm to level 2. Hell.
Will begin soon.
Where's my dorm? Wow, this is kind of good. Click relic challenge one time. Sure. Upgrade camp. Hey! Growth Holy Sword. Pure cleave damage, magic to pure chance. No, but I have physical crit mainly. Wow, this is really nice. Upgrade camp to level 2. Upgrading has a special effect. Sure. Display heroes on the field to reach population 10. So I need at least 10 heroes on the field. Sure. I really like this. This is a good song. Wow. Oh, you can buy items. Wait, look. Master Builder. What? Who are you? Drag lower card to place in the upper slot to build. What? No building card. Oh shit, wait, there's like a building roguelike thing. Wait, you can build like a map. That's kinda cool. Let's get my let's get my dragon a good item. We'll get this. Even though my dragon hasn't really faced any combat, I think it's gonna be good. Because he's my A-star unit. I don't think these units level up, so. But there's also different combos that you can do, see? So if I get the Hill Troll Berserker as well as the Assassin, they're pretty good. But if I get Medusa, Terrorblade, Lena, and Prophecy Hunter, it's also good. Is my dragon a part of a combo? Animals. Is it playing in the game? You've heard it before a lot. Yeah, it's playing inside the game. So again, a lot of these are probably ripped. Open the other world. What? Monster count random. Oh shit, guys, it's a turtle. It's a turtle from Finding Nemo. He's dead. Okay, close. Oh, it's like opening multiple lanes. Okay, well, let's see if I can get something good. There's a mutated insect. But what I want is a little dragon and large dragon. Does Arc Warden build into any combos? I don't know. There's a mutated insect. He can actually make. He's a financial guy. Finance. Yeah, it's probably from either from some other game or copyright free. I mean, yeah, probably. Let's do some challenges. Oh shit, I'm going to lose. Oh, items. Cool. Kills every 10% chance wood plus 3. Equipment relic permanently activates. What? Sure, I'll activate that. Plus 2 lose count, double cast chance. Oh, items. Actual real items. The music's gone. Oh. Oh, here we go. Put on the equipment. Yeah, wear that item. You now have a sword. Unlock at hero level 2. How do you upgrade a hero? What do monsters have my profile pic on top of them? I think because this is a shared tower defense. Because whoever summons a monster, because this is technically a PvP game. So you're supposed to be the person winning compared to every other player, but I'm playing alone. So what happens is that when you summon monsters, it summons it for everyone else too. So whoever I summon shows up on someone else's board. The goal is to make everyone lose, which is interesting to say the least. So how do I level you up? Heroes awaken. What? What do you mean awaken? My brother in Christ, you're not even asleep. Okay, more agi, and then I guess we get equipment. Here, take this. Medusa, go. Not enough equipment slots. Okay, you go.
The next round will begin soon.
A banger. Wait, so we have architecture now. Towers can be used to attack enemies. Sure. The main effect. Sure. Statue of the gods. Sure. Blightstone. That's really good. Take that. How do I upgrade you? How do I do anything in this game? I feel so lost.
The next round will begin soon.
The next round will begin soon. Elemental challenge appeared. Double. Lumberyard to the 3rd increases that. Dorm level 3 unlocks advanced recruit. Dorm level 5 unlocks top recruits. How do I upgrade my towers? Choose to open a supply chest. Choose any supply. I don't know. I have a lot of items, so they don't really do anything.
The next round will begin soon.
Can I combine items? Synthesis. Oh, synthesis. Oh yeah, a lot of games have a synthesis concept. This is a very weird concept. The synthesis system is you click a button and it upgrades all your items into one item. It's very strange. I'm gonna lose, by the way. Use a transform to another one with the same rarity. Oh, really? Sure.
The next round will begin soon.
Click and select target. Sure. Okay, now I have an Oblivion Staff. Well, that sucks. You do magic damage? I'm not really sure. Oh, you do! Here's a Blade of Alacrity. Have fun. Okay. Hero attack rate. Are you level 7? Request support.
The next round
What?
will begin
Click
soon.
request Big Brother for help. Who is my brother? I have a brother? Who? Oh, the equipment disappears over time. That's weird. What? Building supply. Select supply box. Oh. Oh, that's what the boxes are for. Yeah. Open that shit. Thank you. Holy shit, look at this 15,000 red item. Yo! Okay, look, do you see how the text scrolls across? Remember when we played a game a long time ago called Chinese Online Game? This is not a racist thing, okay? The game was literally on Steam called Chinese Online Game, okay? That game had the same thing, and I was wondering to myself, I remember saying, why does the game keep scrolling text across? Because that's a thing that these games do. A lot of Chinese games do this, and I don't know why. Like, a lot of them. And again, it's not me being racist. It's just a real thing that happens. Yo, Chaos Knights look sick. Oh. I need more money. Relic chests are coming. Shit. Destruction Flame Dragon. Uh-oh. What's going on?
The next round will begin soon.
Use a skill. What? Chest coming. Use a skill to deal percent HP as much as possible. Fire an arrow. The first hit will be stunned. Here's a blister. Oh shit. Okay, well I guess we're gonna blister now. Oops. What is this song? I already messed up. Wait, this kind of a wait. This thing slaps. Holy shit! Listen to it. It's on a bad word jazzy attempt. It's on a bad word jazzy attempt. We'll let her out. I'm level 14 now. More strength, sure. The Raiders of the Lost Ark are going to begin. What? What do you mean Raiders of the Lost Ark? What? Gold mine hook. Use toy hook. Hook up everything you see and get longer when the hook hits hoodwink. It's Pudge Wars, but to get items. It's Pudge Wars, but to get items. What am I listening to? What is this game? What is this? What the fuck is this game? It's a loot. This is literally a loot box. You know what game concept I'm surprised no one's made yet that I tried to find? No one has made a like a gambling, like, you know how when you go to an arcade and you get the claw machines, right? No one has made a claw machine game with Pudge. No one. Heavenly reward. Recruit price permanently plus 40. The first hero purchased by self-recruiting will receive 2. Sure. We'll get Chaos Knight. So now we get 2 Chaos Knights. Fucking sick. Shadow Cult. The item is called Shadow Cult.
The next round will begin soon.
Might be music from some Soviet cartoon, not 100% sure. I don't think this sounds very stereotypically like a Chinese cartoon thing. I mean, all of these games are Chinese. Every single one that we're playing here is all Chinese. I think this was better. Give it to him. Magic Candy Conjugation. What?
The next round will begin soon.
Use the what? Growth Sword. Gain 1 stack and auto upgrade when reaches certain stacks. Oh. Oh, it keeps growing. That's kind of cool, actually. Oh. But what do you do? Heroes Awaken. What? I need Tinker. I need a Tinker to really finish my thing. Chaos Knight Lena Phoenix.
The next round.
You've
will
def heard the
begin
Pudge
soon.
Wars music a lot too. I don't even remember the Pudge Wars music, but now I need to go listen to it afterwards. I guess we can get Nirvana Reborn. Nirvana? Thunder God. Phantom Advent Bundle. This is just Spectre. What do you mean a bundle? What? How's it a bundle? It's just Spectre. Holy shit, she's broken.
The next round
Medusa.
will begin
How do I
soon.
sell you? Dismantle. Yeah. Bye. Oh shit, I killed her. The maximum number of the same heroes can be built is reached, so why am I getting 2? The one that was in this mod that went meow meow, not the original one. Oh, that's what you mean. I mean, it could just be a shitpost song too. I feel like all these songs are shitpost songs. Terrorblades, sure. I have 2 Terrorblades. Why? I guess I'll dismantle you. I'm really into this game and I don't know why.
Begin soon.
But I really do enjoy the tower defense motif. We have to leave. If we go any further, we're going to be stuck there for a very long time playing tower defense. And that's not the point of this segment. The point of this segment is to show you what's capable if you give the ability for people to make things. But you see how different that was? It takes an entirely different bend to the idea of making a custom game, right? Completely different. It doesn't do a plain old Dota 2 game that has PvE elements. It does its own game with its own mechanics, with its own everything, using just auto-targeting like you would for auto-attacks. You see a lot of the DNA in the sense it's like Dota 2 units and the skins and stuff like that. Like the Spectre was just a really high-level skin. And you see the various different things that they do, like the auto-attacking and the skills. It's all built in. But all the effects and everything was sort of its own thing, except for the Finger of Death. We're going to be doing something really cool here. Not this one. This next one is called Lost Temple. And I have to update it. This is a roguelike. So, Magic Tower, it combines the gameplay and elements of the games Magic Tower and Hearthstone. I don't know why it says Hearthstone. It's actually the worst possible description I've ever heard for what this game does. This is not like Hearthstone at all. That's the worst possible description. It's like Back 4 Blood's card system. Like if you've ever played Back 4 Blood, which is the Left 4 Dead game where you have different cards that upgrade your skills, it's exactly the same. But it's a Dota 2 roguelike with custom random levels that you go up and down floors to fight different bosses, and you unlock different classes to use as well. This is one of those games that pushes the boundaries of what's capable with the engine, I think. And, or not the engine, but like just with the game itself, with like the Dota 2 core-based gameplay scripts or elements. What is this song? What is this song? What is this song? Okay, what is this song? That was interesting. That was a surprisingly good song. I like the humming. But you can see a lot of things here. There's a preparation tab where you can choose your items and stuff. And you can see your role and stuff. This is a stolen, I think this is a stolen song. I think this is a stolen song, chat. I think this is a stolen song. It is a stolen loop. It is a stolen, like, first 30 seconds of a song, I think. It's my second day playing this, as you can tell. There's a check-in system. There's a list system. There's a ranking. I'm currently logged into the first district. There's a welcome thing. Set off in search of temple treasures. Thank you, claim. Sponsored marketplace. So you can buy these again. So you can go buy things, temple privileges. How much money? I don't know. You can get card chests. Same system, right? Pay to win system. There's a workshop. However, the graphics here get more complex. Okay, so this is when we start to get into some of the more complex custom games that have way more custom assets. Yeah, it's some Japanese song. Yeah, this is 100%. I'm pretty sure this is a stolen real song. But now we get into the more custom, fully built out systems with custom assets, custom systems, custom scripting, custom everything. It's actually very cool. With even like over time, you can craft items. So I can make 50 coins. I don't know. This will happen over time. There's a market. You have to build the black market to buy things as well. You can get the battle workshop. You can unlock the training thing. Like, it's actually a very interesting system where it's both an idle game as well as an RPG game. And this is the card system, like Back for Blood. As you level up, you choose a random card that changes your stats. And you can unlock more of these cards over time. There's actually so many cards that the game lags. There's so many cards that the game lags loading them all. So these are very, very complex systems, RPG systems that you're seeing within the custom game, within the framework of a Dota 2. The base gameplay of Dota 2, but augmented all the way through to make a fully custom game. There's even a daily mode if you want to play it. But we're going to play the normal mode, because we need to continue on. I'm going to show you what this all is. This is the game. So all that stuff here, it's like those mobile games, and you'll see the numbers, right? So you see the numbers. You can't beat number 4, and you can't beat number 7, so you have to beat number 2 first. I'm not kidding you. It is the same as those mobile games. It is the exact same. You can exchange candy for items, get chests to open up cards. But it's like those mobile games where you click on the number 1 before you click on the number 2, and you have a set number of keys, so you need to figure out your routing. So for instance, I can't kill number 6, but I have 1 gold key to go up, and hopefully the next level has a level 3 enemy that I can then kill. So now there's a level 2 enemy, I can kill this guy to level up and have to go back down to kill the level. You know what I mean? Like, this is the game. So all that beautiful systems, and they've turned Dota 2 into a real-time mobile game of sorts, and yet it's actually very, very fun to play. It's interesting. You found the song! You actually found the song. Wow, can we just listen to this? Okay, so the VOD viewers can't hear this, so VOD viewers get fucked, but... Suzumi no Tojimari by Nanaka Hara. Anime story. TikTok Japan song. You googled the first lyrics. Oh, because you understand Japanese, yeah. Well, I wouldn't have even known. Why is this a TikTok song? Nanaka Hara. What? Japanese grab your idol. What? Nanaka Japanese grab your idol? She's basically naked. This is the wrong person. This is a singer. Okay, Nanaka Hara is a Japanese singer from Tokyo, affiliated with after passing the J Bean's NetScout audition. She was the voice of Suzume Iwato from the film. Holy shit, she's the voice of Suzume? I watched that film. Suzume is a great film. Wow. Wait. This song is from Suzume. I remember now. I remember now. No, I remember the song. Yeah, this song is from the anime film Suzume. It's on Netflix. It plays near it plays in the beginning intro for the first time, and then but I think it plays near I think it plays near the ending segment afterwards. It's a very good it's a very good movie. That's funny that they stole the song from Suzume. They stole the first couple seconds. Can I help you? Sure. My Bluetooth headset is broken. Go for your brain. You're a bad guy. Die. What? Anyways, yeah. So this game is you go through this dungeon, you level up as much as you can, and then you have to fight 4 bosses. So these ticks up here are your bosses, and you need to fight them in order of when they appear, and you have to get strong enough to fight them without them killing you. And it stole a song from an anime. And Suzume was a good anime too. You've never watched it? You should. I think it's actually a really good anime. It gets a little cliche in certain parts. Like, it gets a little strange in the way it's very cliche and kind of boring. But the core of it, I think, works. The core baseline story of what it's trying to do is very interesting, which I enjoy. But there is something to be said about how cliche it's really cliche at times. I can't kill this guy. No way. I need to train on level 4s. I need to train on someone easier. Okay, so look, so you see that text flying across, right? Again, when we play Chinese online game, this happens. I think in actual Chinese games, they do that. Like that's the notification system for these games. So now I have to fight some boss. But the reason why I find this so cool is because the way that this game works is that you have to get strong enough to be able to fight these things. And it's a roguelike. It's a roguelike in the form of this game. Like it's a very interesting roguelike take on a Dota 2 game with fully custom maps. And when you die, you don't need to reload the game. You can just play again over and over again. That's the coolest part of this system, is that a lot of these games, you just keep on playing over and over again from where you left off. And there's no need to reload the entire the entire lobby. You can keep trying again. There's actually a lot of effort put into these. Except for the stolen song. The levels are highly creative with no repetition, by the way. It's like the comments on Nico Nico. Yeah, similar. Oh man, I love this. I mean, now we know it's all. Now we know stolen content is not necessarily out of the realm of possibility. But I'm glad that the developers of that custom game did enjoy Suzume, because I did. I did too. So chat, you asked if Auto Gladiators was still here. It is. In fact, it's also Toy Story now. I don't know what that means. Auto Gladiators, Toy Story is coming. There's a history to this game. And this isn't even the original Auto Gladiators. So I'll explain. TFT, Teamfight Tactics, Tales and Tactics, all these other like Auto Battler genre games. I think it's well accepted now that the original one was Dota Auto Chess, which is actually a mod from the arcade of Dota 2. So the Dota 2 arcade has been a thing for a very long time, and I imagine it was probably a lot of the baseline for what they wanted to do with Sandbox in terms of the system. And what's interesting is that game got so large that spawned the whole genre. Valve reached out to them and said, "Hey, can we help you make it, or can we buy you out?" And they actually said no. And so they decided to make their own thing, which I think is literally called Dodo Auto Chess. And this is sort of what you see as well with these. Right now I'm playing versus bots, but yeah, Auto Chess is still a very large thing. And these are the games that I think are most interesting because they even have their own ranking games. Some with very large prizes. I think Auto Gladiators recently had a $10,000 tournament. Quite a few of these games have had multi-thousand dollar tournaments for real money. What do Viper? Which is fascinating to me because you wouldn't expect that to happen. But these games are so massive that, of course it happens. I mean, there's so much about them. Heals word. Each time frost is applied, apply poison. I don't know if he has frost, but sure. I'll get that. Other frost strike. Here we go. Good. Okay, cool.
10,
I'm done.
9, 8, 7.
And again, it's all the same systems. You have mail. We have season pass rewards. I don't know what these are. It's pretty pay to win in the ways. Rank mode is a lot less pay to win. Casual mode is like you definitely pay to win. Auto Gladiators takes it in a different spin, which I really enjoy. It's a 1v1. So you build your gladiator over time. In a way, it's like Swords and Sandals, but PvP, which is a really cool system and idle. Auto battling Swords and Sandals. And so the auto chess genre has sort of like morphed right now. I think auto chess is still popular, but again with TFT and stuff, it's sort of its own thing with its own larger tournaments and prize pools. I think that has taken the world by storm. But I think this one, for instance, is also very interesting because you see what happens when the community takes that same base concept and simply builds on it to make something new, like this. And I think it's very, very cool to see that because the history of this game, you can draw a direct line back to the lineage of what it was. These characters have massive titties, including this one. Why does she also have massive titties? She has no titties, but she has like basically bare ass. Even the fairies have massive titties. What is this? This is Coomer bait. This is endless, and then there's Juggernaut. And then there's Juggernaut. You have Coomer bait left and right surrounding the entire store, and then there's Juggernaut. What the fuck am I seeing? There's Hellrider. There's actually this is just a comic book character. This is a stolen comic book character, man. So between Juggernauts, this guy, Blaze Spirit. So these three characters are in the same row. This, and this. Holy fuck. And it even has a motorcycle animation of him spinning out. That's so funny. Holy cannoli. Holy shit, that's funny as fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's so good.
9.
Wow. I love this.
7, 6.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's nice. It's very nice.
1.
You have a Mecha Viper. Courier? Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a cat girl courier. Chat, there is a cat girl courier. If you kill my courier, I'm gonna hunt you down. World. Cheering squad. There's a cheering squad. What do you mean a cheering squad? I can get a bunny girl who cheers for me. We need this in the vanilla game. I agree. I think we need cheering. I think we need the ability in base Dota 2 to have characters in the map that cheer for you. Like this. I want the Enchantress. Pink Enchantress, Amida, Lumi.
9, 8.
My Viper is still winning despite me not paying attention to my Viper once.
4, 3, 2.
But yeah, this game has ranked seasons, up to 4 of them, and this game has had, I think, multiple $1,000 tournaments. So you can sort of see that these games are very, very complex and very popular too, because you wouldn't be able to have a tournament if no one plays it, right? And so a lot of people do. And you see the ecosystem that builds up from these games to where you can have... Sometimes Void must be so funny to have a Chaos Knight that's on a bike and then having a very hot woman like dance around, like cheering for the Chaos Knight. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this is, again, we're just really, this is just the beginning of how far this goes. Because again, this is just one of the many types of games like this that are on Dota 2 that are very popular. There's actually competing kinds of these games. This one is, in particular, though, very specific about being a 1v1 where you build your hero up. So different in terms of scope compared to an auto battler where you build your team up. Whereas that traditional type of auto battler, building your team and building formations, still exists and even goes beyond what TFT has. So really cool. Auto Gladiators. Toy Story is coming. I'm going to imagine, given that they stole assets from a Hell Rider or something, whatever that comic book character is, that Toy Story means there's going to be a Woody skin. I really hope that there's an actual Toy Story Woody skin. That would really seal the deal. This is another auto battler that takes on a more traditional approach called Atomic War. And I think this is the one. Why is it called Atomic War? Special thanks to Valve. Special thanks to EOM Games. So EOM Games is also like these guys make a lot of games. These guys make a lot of auto games, but also they have a lot of scripts as well on the line that you can find. This one is a more traditional auto battler, but with an interesting twist on it that I think is better than TFT. It's actually really cool the way that they've done this. And this is one of two that I think are standout. This is a newer one that I think popped out of nowhere. There's another one that has even more traction that's been on the store for a long time. That one is also currently going through a $10,000 tournament. But a lot of these games are very, very interesting. So let's just add a bunch of bots because I'm playing alone. Nature's Prophet. I don't have a father like Aghanim, but I have a shovel. What? So this is for the ban phase. I think we'll just ban Anti-Mage because Anti-Mage, fuck him. I want Kunkka. Kunkka. No, maybe yeah, yeah. You know what, Kunkka. Kunkka is good AOE. And what you're going to see is different flavors of auto battlers. So in a time when I think auto battlers in general have been have sort of like stabilized into a particular genre, and where we're seeing indie games even take their own take on the game as well. We see Dota 2 mods push it even further, which is interesting because Dota 2 mods is where auto battlers came from. Again, very fascinating stuff. We'll go Kunkka,
Vessel, but more than seaworthy.
and we'll go. I think that's it. I have no coins. Okay, so we have Kunkka. He goes over here. How do I get more coins? I don't think Kunkka can win this solo. He's alone. Kunkka? Fuck, there's two of them. Oh, creeps. Okay, good. It's a creep round. Now, you may think, okay, auto battler, sure. What's so different about this one? Well, this auto battler has something a little bit different in the way that it handles things. So, for instance, you can position your units anywhere, which I think is a genius move. So I can put anybody anywhere. I can put Kez up front. I can put Kunkka over here, and they play with. It feels like bot AI from Dota 2, with obviously some tweaks to it, obviously, but you know, it's a very basic version of the bot script, and obviously the bot scripts don't have many options for you to play with, but it's pretty cool and neat to see. And what you get is a fairly fully featured game. With an auto battler where you can reposition people and build your team up from these smaller pieces. So for instance, let's get NP, and I can't afford Magnus, sure. NP is my summoner slash CC'er. Yeah, they use skills, all of them. And you build your board, and your board is very fluid, and because they use their skills and they position dynamically, what you get is a very interestingly dynamic auto battler. Because Dota 2 skills are interesting in their AoEs. They're not simplistic shapes most of the time. You actually get some very interesting shapes quite a lot of the time too. Like Medusa with her, whatchamacallit move. What's her move again? Like Medusa with her, with her Gorgon's Grasp, right? And so your positioning changes a lot. Obviously, because they're bots, they don't really know how to play. But if they were better at it, they would have kicked my ass a couple times. You can equip items onto different characters. So, I can give this over to Kunkka. Take my item, Kunkka, please. There we go. And honestly, it's a pretty cool, like, concept to take an auto battler like this and basically give you full dynamic control. Compared to the norm nowadays, which is like a grid of places where they can be, right? This guy has more units, but he's still going to die. But you see the dynamic positioning, right? Where everyone can be everywhere. It's a bit interesting to look at and see what happens with all of the various skills. NP goes in for the gank. Kunkka's AoE blasts their AoE. Riki gets behind too, so they can't AoE my team. Swashbuckles, sure. Oh, you can replace skills. Oh shit, you can replace people's skills. That's amazing. Wait. Io, yeah, we'll get an Io tank. Sticking with Riki. Because when he pops the tether on him, I think the tether should still stay. And this is one of the newer ones. So this one came out very recently. I looking at the patch notes for this one, came out in November. So this is completely new. Atomic Warp. Yeah, see, the tether worked. Good. The combo worked. Smart. And if you get multiples of them, you can upgrade them. So now I had 2 Riki, so he went up to level 10. I want a Lifestealer and a Mars. I can't afford them. That's a shame. No slot on the battlefield. But there's one that's actually storied and has been here for a very long time. I think roughly a little bit after Dota All Chess got really popular, this one came out. The one that we're about to play. And the reason I think it changed from that like grid movement. I think this was the first one that wasn't like a grid movement one. 8 players. I think this one's solo mode. Here we go, solo mode. So we'll do solo. again with the bots, because I don't want to go on the line. Even online custom stuff is super toxic. It's like very, very annoying. But this one I think came out roughly a bit after the Dota auto chess thing. And again, it's fascinating to me that that team didn't want to be bought up by Valve. They decided to stick on their own. But I think it made sense though, because Dota Unloads died. The Dota version of Auto Battler, I think that game is completely dead. I haven't seen anybody talk about it. I haven't seen much play around it, no tournaments around it. It's been a dead game compared to TFT, and TFT really has had the benefit of the amount of money that's been poured into it. This one is a little bit of the same thing, except when they battle, they have free movement. So let's get Meepo, because I think that's funny. Keep of the Light, Beastmaster, Centaur, and Disruptor. How do I move people? I think you do Q. Okay, so you go to Q over here. The bots are choosing their position. And I think they go from top down. So Zoo here. You two go in first. I need you to charge, and Meepo, just stay behind, because he's going to die instantly. Level up the elf. What? I'll recruit Clockwork. And another Disruptor to level him. Crystal Maiden would be nice, but I don't have enough. Maybe spread them. I think the bots have AoE teams. Yeah, these bots are kind of good actually. Holy shit. It's weird that the bots know how to move so much. Like they know what to make their plan, or maybe it's random. I'm not sure, but they know how to make it. Anyway, so this is another cool take on the genre. While it's grid-based initially, when you go to battle, they just go and they move, and they use their skills automatically, however they do, which is very neat. So if you enjoyed Dota 2, but you didn't like how Dota Unlords played out, you can actually have this, and it feels like an idle Dota game where you're watching pro players play, but your pro team was underfunded. Because my pro team is gonna lose. Okay, my pro team fucking sucks. What? I lost to a bot. L. What? And again, elf skin, emoticon, so emoji codes. Tiny! Pudge, I can't. I need to upgrade my elf. Pudge, Tiny, Chaos Knight, Magnus. Anti-Mage would be really good here. We recruit some more. Pudge. Viper. No, we need more recruitments. I need to get duplicates. Meepo. Okay, well that's the best I can do. I can move a Chaos Knight up. We have a Shadow Amulet for who? This is invisible. This is stupid. Who the hell is going to use Shadow Amulet? This sucks. Okay, Pudge, just pull someone back and just shit on them. Tiny as well. Okay, maybe do these two as a combo. Get him to charge up early. I want them to come towards me, towards high ground. Because as you see, the map has a little high ground section here. You want to fight there for your ranged units, because high ground, low ground still affects these units here. It's actually neat. I didn't go fast enough. Oh no. Oh, Beastmaster, you're still dead. Oh, I'm so sorry, Beastmaster Clockwork. Maybe they go invis when low health. Well, that's kind of useless. He's channeling too far away. Oh, look at the AoE. The Tiny move worked. Tiny was a good choice. Oh no. The Clockwork is amazing. The Clockwork is demolishing me. Channel. I lost again. Oh, maybe? Oh my god. It was... She melded and I thought that I won. This guy sucks. Disruptor sucks.
You were defeated.
Oh, Disruptor sucks. I don't know. What's the point of Disruptor? I've never enjoyed playing with a Disruptor in normal games, so I should have maybe known that he was going to be bad. More units, more. Pudge, Tiny, Chaos Knight, Beastmaster, please. Please. He costs too much. Urn of Shadows. Wait, this is great. We'll give Urn to Pudge. Now Pudge is a disgusting monster. He is ultimate now, actually. But the reason why I'm losing is because their Clockwork is level 5, and I faced them twice now. And the Clockwork is monstrous, because Clockwork at level 5 has AoE skills, and has AoE wall to drain mana and deal damage. Meepo at level 5 doesn't even have clone. He's useless. At least Centaur has, like, Stomp. But now my Pudge can one-shot someone, so this might be okay. Let's see. He pulls one, he gets AoE'd by the guy. I choose talents? Sure. Here you go. Hook. Yes! Get the Orc Warden! Yes! Kill the Orc Warden! Yes! Okay, that bot was particularly bad. All the bots are diamond ranked, but that bot was really bad. The first two bots that I faced were monstrous. That bot, I was just awful. I think the bots are trying to randomly roll. And I think they're failing. It's a surprisingly good AI system. Surprisingly good. Because they actually do challenge you at the times. We have 18 supply. Shit. I get punished by 100 gold per supply in battle round. What? Oh, don't punish me. You gave me them. Oh, because when you upgrade, you lose supply. Ah. Okay, what do you have now? You have Static Storm. Wait, he's actually a good tank because he knocks people back. I didn't realize. Okay, Disruptor, you're now a tank. Disruptor, you are now a tank. I'm gonna trust you on this one. Who else needs mana? Tiny. I think Tiny gets the mana. Meeple doesn't need it. You know what? Just everyone just walk up in the one line, please. Let's fuck them. Let's go. Okay, one good hook. Don't hook the lone druid. Okay, he hooked Tiny. He hooked my own Tiny, but we AoE'd them. GG.
You are victorious.
I may be losing in terms of economy because I lose money because of oversupply, but I'm winning in terms of power, and that's the thing that really matters. Though it is funny because again, it's all the same rules for skills, right? So, if Pudge hooks and there's someone in front of him, it's going to miss, which is a bit unfortunate. Claymore. What can I build with this? Oh, I can build a Shadow Sword. No, what's that item called? You know the Shadow Sword. What's it called again? Oh, you can't. Wait, is it a different recipe now? Shit, it is. Wait, it gives attack speed now? Shadow Blade gives attack speed now. What the fuck? That's broken. This thing used to only give attack damage. It was like Broadsword plus like a Shadow Invis gem or something. Holy shit, it's busted. 17 seconds? 175 bonus? Wait, that's so much better now. It used to be awful. Okay, maybe give this to Tiny. Just give it all to Tiny. And Pudge, I need to make you solo actually. Shit. Oh, oops. Okay, Pudge is gonna miss his hook again because of Tiny. Tiny, do not walk in. Good. It's so loud and I'm so sorry. I didn't realize.
You are victorious.
But you see the different types of auto battlers now, right? I think the formula by Dota Auto Chess got popularized, made popular by TFT with, you know, the money and the funding, the Riot Game special, right? But then you also have this. You have all these other new innovative versions of it, which is really interesting too. Which again, this is just regular Dota 2, but you don't play the game. It's like having your own pro team playing. For instance, this Tinker is abusing the fact that Tinker is broken at the moment. Tinker is so fucking busted. He's actually gonna win. Wait, he's gonna lose! He's gonna get poisoned. Oh my god. You shit on him, bro. That's a bot. We'll do this and this. We'll do... I can't upgrade him. Cool, that's good. Crystallis, really? Wow. Give that to him too. And it's a nice take on the genre because, you know, it's nice to be able to play with normal stuff. It's nice to be able to play and just have fun with the normal Dota 2 stuff sometimes. It's nice to see. It's very neat. Maybe Pudge solo on this side. Everyone... Okay, well, I guess it's all the same, really. Pudge solo? He's gonna be a sniper assassin. He's gonna go first. Pudge will go first, hook someone, start the combat by stunning them. Immediate dismember. And he has flesh heap stacks. Meepo, what? Item duplication, what? That's a new skill. Oh, I guess if you had clones, it'd be too much, I guess. So Pudge hooks. Okay, Pudge got stunned. He got baned. Wow. Good hook. Good kill. My team is losing. Wait, my team is winning. No, my team is losing. I'm actually getting AoE down. His Shadow Demon is demolishing me. Okay, we're okay. But I enjoy this because it really shows the capability of a genre to persist and go beyond, I think, the norm of what the genre does. And it goes to show how much the mod scene develops and how much of the games we play are effectively built up from these mods. Like, so much of what we play is actually from these mods that we can't even begin to understand. Like, it's crazy how much of it comes from these mods. I'm gonna sell you Clockwork because you're shit. Mask of Madness? Holy shit, my tiny is cracked. Honestly, I kind of want to sell Centaur too. He's not really good. Because then I can get a Phantom Lancer. I can't get it. He's too much supply. Sell Meepo and sell Chaos Knight. I want me a Phantom Lancer. I want clones. Phantom Lancer. Maybe a Crystal Maiden. Honestly, Crystal Maiden is kind of a broken support in the base game anyways. Like, she's already a good support in the base game. A good CM changes your life. Because she has all the CC in the world. She's so good and easy to play too. And really good at polling and creeping. My team won. Although Arc Warden is kind of a monster. Nice.
You are victorious.
Let's see the other bots fight. Once again, Tinker might solo this. Tinker actually might solo this. Never mind. Okay, well, we're doing pretty good versus bots. I wish I had friends. No, I'm just kidding. We're friends here, right? Maybe Kez. Maybe Kez is good. I don't know. Upgrade. Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light, Kotl. Yes, I love Kotl. Do people still make that joke about Kotl, bring me a bottle in mid? Kotl, bring me a bottle. Kotl, bring me a bottle. I need Agnum Shard for Tiny so he gets a permanent tree. No idea. Do you even play Dota 2 chat? Is anybody here immortal like I am? Is anybody immortal on their main account? What is this? Hey Kotl, pop me a bottle. Your support position 5. If there's one universal experience, it's no matter what rank you are, if you're the support, people abuse you. They say, buy me this item, get me this thing. The Bristleback killed me. The Bristleback demolished me. Holy shit, the Bristleback fucked me. Holy shit, his CM is level 15. He has 2 level 15 Bristlebacks. We're so dead. Aw, Kotl. Couldn't bottle. Not anymore, really. Honestly, yeah, same. I mean, that's the thing, right? MOBA games just kind of died off for me because I played too much of it, and so I'm done, right? But that's what these games represent that I think is interesting. These games by themselves aren't really aren't MOBA games. They're whole different games designed around playing and building things, which is neat. I can actually get a lone druid over this guy. He's not really useful for me. Recycle bin. What? No, that's stupid. Refresh. One thing I will say, I wish it was easier to see who you need to get duplicates of to level up. it is kind of hard to see where are your duplicates basically. Meatball? Like a Pudge 10 or something. There we go. Who gets a Pavis? It is a good tank item. Pavis on Pudge, actually. He's actually a pretty good tank. Is refueling bottle after TP still a thing? Even, yeah. So most bottle mechanics are the same. I think it's nerfed for courier a lot. Getting it when you're mid for like rune roam is very, very good. Especially with the water rune changes from 2 minute and 4 minute, where it spawns on both sides. Mid is basically the problems before of mid not being able to sustain. Sorry, that was so loud. The Zeus ultimate popped my ears. Oh my god, this Pangolier Jakiro combo is nuts. What is this? What?
You were defeated.
Holy shit, the Pangolier Jakiro combo was insane. But yeah, the mid of before where you have to use your courier and basically keep the courier the entire time ferrying tangos. It's a lot less needed, but because of that, people are more aggressive in mid because bottle refills so much. Like, the water rune itself isn't really the thing that keeps you alive. It's the fact that water rune is guaranteed on both sides, and you get at least 2 charges on your bottle. Right? So any major rune gives you, I think, full bottle. Bounty rune and the water rune gives you 2. And honestly, that's often more than you need to just stay alive, just a little. It's actually pretty busted. 15% hero kills gold. Yeah, I'll take that. Phantom Lance to level 5? Sure, wish I could have that. Maybe spread everyone out. What is your eggs? Spirit Lance cannot be blocked or bounced. Soul Lance. What? Sure, take it. He has MOM, so go for that. Please use your tree grab. Why does he never tree? He keeps storing his tree. Seems like a waste. Okay, use that. Use that. I need to spread everyone out. Where? Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. There's a Microsoft Office hotkey. What the fuck is this? Why is there a Microsoft Office hotkey? What the fuck is this? Who put this on my PC? It's Pangolier! Oh no. Oh no. Might be okay. He has no AoE. If you had AoE, I was over. Imagine playing Brewmaster, popping ulti, and then keeping your Storm Spirit in the back. And not even starting out with a Thunderclap. Shame.
You are victorious.
But yeah, the Dota 2 meta is very different now from when I played, but a lot of the base mechanics are still there. It's a lot clearer though. I will say it's a lot more clear to play. I remember back then, it felt very nonsensical, the things you had to do or know. Like, timings are a lot easier to know because there's no more confusion around how to get timings for things. It's nice. Oh, I guess Ag shards are just always different, every single one. Well, then I might as well just do Ag's Pudge. And Helm the Dominator Pudge. But there's like creep timers, there's like indicators around towers. It's nice. You played a lot of Deadlock lately instead. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Deadlock feels fresh compared to Dota 2 base. I think Deadlock, compared to Dota 2 base, like MOBAs in general, not that the base gameplay is bad, but I think people who are into MOBAs have been into MOBAs for the past decade or so. If not longer, because again, Dota was a Warcraft 3 mod for even longer, right? So, the truth is, we've been playing these games for over almost a decade and a half, if not longer. And so Deadlock breathing new life into the genre with a new gameplay perspective, as well as a new, I guess, paradigm of pacing, right? Because the first pacing game, honestly, Deadlock, the pace of it is so different, and the type of gameplay that's there feels genuinely fresh and fun and interesting, very fun and fresh and interesting in its own right, compared to base MOBA gameplay. That it's hard to not want to play that game. Why is Pangolier so strong? Holy shit.
You are victorious.
Thank God Pudge could dismember choice. Sound effects are still too loud, I think. I think I'll lower sound effect, but keep music good. Yeah, I'm very much the same way. I really do enjoy the whatchamacallit. The deadlock formula works. They've nailed it, I think. A level 15 Pudge. Put you at the front, baby. Time to fuck. And a Meteor Hammer. Holy shit. Who wants the Meteor Hammer? Hey, you, CM? Meteor Hammer in. CM is gonna Meteor Hammer in. And then immediately go for an ulti. Meteor Hammer, Frostbite, Crystal Nova ulti. If she doesn't do that, then she's the worst unit in the game. And she has to go dead last because she has to slowly build up to it. He's gonna summon over here, and Tiny just shits on people. Go. I also enjoy the different balance changes that they made within Deadlock. It doesn't feel like the typical MOBA balance. Okay, now it's actually like reasonable to listen to. It was so loud before. But I lost because he has a level 25 Pangolier. He upgraded Arc Warden too. Oh shit. And it's interesting, right? Because again, you would think it'd be like a lot of staying power. Because I do think Dota is still a very good game, but honestly, I think the Deadlock formula works a lot better. I've been playing that a lot too, and having fun with it. Not as much as I have before, but I still play it a fair amount, and I do enjoy it a lot. I think the last time we did the Secret Dota games was when they made the map bigger, so around 2 years ago, yeah. And even then, like, it wasn't really a change in the formula IMO. Like, it was still the same game, still the same balancing, still the same pacing. There was nothing interesting about the way that you played the game necessarily that was completely new. It was just more about the macro strategy. Again, like, Deadlock does so many different things for the micro and for the mechanical player that it feels like a very, very fast-paced game comparatively. In a way, it's like League of Legends to me is like the most mechanically demanding MOBA in terms of like your like single unit mechanics, right? Where it's like you have units like Yasuo or Riven where you need to learn these combos. Now Ambessa as well with like very specific combos and things to do and timings and stuff. Dota 2 has some of that in some characters, but for the most part, the level of complexity typically stays at a level of like Tiny's, rock slide plus his toss combo, which even that was simplified down from a bug into an actual like thing. And the mechanics are more like tactical choices and strategical choices and like timings. Whereas like Deadlock takes the entire genre and says, okay, what if we just make it completely focus on your mechanics, apply it to a first-person view, and make it a mechanically demanding game, and even balance all the items and make items that are around pushing the boundaries of your mechanics. Because there's so many actives that change how you play. Like even something as simple as Fleetfoot, where you can shoot while moving at the same time, means that you all of a sudden have the full range of movement, doing full-on slides, jumping off of things, and shooting people at the same time. And so it's much more demanding as a first-person shooter, for instance. Sorry, as a third-person shooter. It's such a great concept, and that's the simplest active item. That's the simplest active passive item. Then you get things like the Shadow Blink, where you blink onto someone and deal like 1,000,000 damage. Or you get the Silence, or like other things. It's very good, very good. We're gonna continue on now. I just want to show you this one game. We're not gonna play it, but I thought it was so funny to me that when I saw it. So there's a lot of different maps here. I was only showing the favorites because those are the ones that I've held here. You have stuff like Bleach vs. One Piece Reborn, and you also have things like Ability Arena. So this one has a 1K USD monthly tournament. There's a Kickstarter, and I want to show you this Kickstarter, okay? It's the funniest thing I've ever seen before, because this Kickstarter might be the best Kickstarter I've ever seen, and it's only barely beat by the Plastic Duck diorama, okay? This Kickstarter is fantastic because of one single thing. The image on the Kickstarter. Thomas Jefferson. It is Thomas fucking Jefferson versus Cassiopeia. It is two historical figures fighting each other, a sumo wrestler drawn in the style of Street Fighter, colonial soldiers who are probably for slavery, fighting against the Egyptians for obvious reasons, and the fireman from the Fantastic Four. This might be the best image I've ever seen in my life. Oh, and there's also Nikola Tesla. So you have all kinds of historical interest here. Yeah, and the sumo fighters. Yeah, exactly. This is just E Honda from Street Fighter, and a very sexy sand assassin. Very sexy sand assassin. Amazing. So Ability Arena in Dota 2, the custom mod, is now being made into its own game, and they immediately pledged $56,000. So back in 24 hours, $56,000. Kudos to them, honestly, because honestly, this is a pretty cool. It's pretty neat to see when mods transcend mods into full games. So here, let's listen to the video and let's see how it is. Okay, 9 minutes. Again, Thomas Jefferson, sumo wrestlers, and Cassandra Cassiopeia, whatever her name is. Cleopatra, sorry. This is the future. And it reminds me a lot of what happens with Warcraft 3. With Warcraft 3 defined whole genres of games, and now we're seeing those mini games, those mods, those maps become their own games. We're seeing the same thing with Dota 2. And Evolve, again, when they tried to buy Dota Auto Chess, it wasn't to try and hold it. That's just Evolve modum operandus, where they always buy out these mod companies. Counter-Strike was a mod, Dota 2 was a mod. Portal was like a student game. Nibuncular drop or something. Thomas Jefferson versus Cleopatra with big titties. Into an auto battler with sumo wrestlers. Suns fan? Holy shit, it's Suns fan. This guy is huge within the Dota 2 casting and like content creation scene. Holy shit, it's Jenkins. Why are they... Wait! Andrew Jenkins is Jenkins? That's his name. Holy shit, I didn't know Suns fan made Ability Arena. I had no clue. What the fuck? I had no clue that they made Ability Arena. That's crazy. What the fuck? What's funny is that this happened like last year, and this was interesting because when this happened, it didn't necessarily stop that. You actually see it still with the Chinese custom games, and I remember this decision actually being made, and I always thought this was strange to me, but it made sense from a legal standpoint of how do they do it in a way that doesn't run afoul of a bunch of laws, because they were dealing with a lot of things at the time. I think this was around the time when they were dealing with the loot box controversy as well and having to deal with it in terms of naming all the rates and getting into huge legal troubles around the various illegal marketplaces that are popping up on the Steam marketplace. And so and this on top of the various controversies with various custom games. I think this was around that same time, and so it makes sense, but damn. Yeah. And so now they make their own standalone game where the William Wallace sword. Okay, well the sumo wrestler, as you could probably expect, the sumo wrestler lost to the guy with the gun. It's a bit like John Wick. Anyways, okay, so I guess Suns fan made it. We're not gonna play it, but yeah, I don't know what happened with this monetization thing, because it hasn't really changed, and you still get games that are still being monetized, but through third-party platforms, I think. And so I think what happened was, I think it's a native I think what happened is that third-party monetization is still there, but native monetization is gone. So they alleviated their responsibility, I'm pretty sure, but they've opened up the platform to risk, because again, remember when we were playing those like weird Chinese custom games where you could do things and you could like pay for stuff and a QR code would pop up? There's no guarantees. There's no safeties. It's not backed by the platform. And so what happens is that because it's not backed by the platform, you get into the situation where players of these custom games have no safety for themselves either. So in a marketplace that's already complicated, to even get people to play your game, right? Where people will have the passion to make these things for the sake of making a mod that they enjoy with the framework of Dota 2 sometimes, and sometimes even not. They now can't even make money from it because you can't even pay for it unless you use third-party platforms that do HTTP calls and do all this like very, very complicated stuff. That is honestly a bit sketchy as a consumer as well as a developer. It's a very fascinating choice, and I hope it's just the native stuff, but even then, it does paint a picture that I think Valve, in many ways, had to do it. They had to step away from it, but they were also just sort of, I think, overall they were remiss to. But I can understand them not wanting to get into it, and I can sort of see Sandbox getting into the same issue where I don't know how they're gonna reconcile all of those issues that Valve ran into, right? Because again, the whole impetus for me finding these was because of Sandbox. When Valve is a presumably multi-billion-dollar... I mean, Gabe has a yacht. He has a mega yacht. And I don't think Facepunch Studios has that much money either. Despite Rust and their other games being very successful, they can't afford a yacht. And so any legal issues would probably drown them, and the project would probably die. So, again, we're seeing a lot of the complexities with running your own custom arcade system, with running your own custom game system like Roblox. And we're seeing even these giants in the industry back out of it. When Dota 2 was a huge game, and when the arcade system was so large that they even tried to reach out to buy one of the developers who made Dota Auto Chess. And so they knew the value in it, but even Valve couldn't see a way forward to keep it sustained when they could have taken a cut of it. Because again, if it's a native monetization scheme, they take a cut of those profits. They couldn't even find a way to make that work when it's a net benefit for them. So we're seeing a lot of like complexities with the system showing up here. And it's sad because this next game that I'm going to show you is very cool. Yeah, exactly. Gun is greater than the sumo always. This next game is very cool, and you may recognize it as soon as I play it, as soon as I find it in my list. Where is it? Here we go. This is Bro Dota. Yeah, it's going to sound very familiar once I get into it. In fact, the art style and the name, everything should already ring a couple bells. The game is crashing. Hello? Do you guys... Okay. I don't think Dota 2 was made to load this many custom games. I don't think it was made to load this many custom games. We're really pushing the we're really pushing the game clients here, because not only did I load custom games, I also looked at the like the base game models of Hoodwink. But again, it's such a good client that you can do all of this. You can still look at the base game of Dota 2 and go open like a demo game. It's crazy. Welcome to you, and you're going to love this. You're going to love this because I know all of you. It's undefined. What happened? What happened? Why'd the game just get so loud all of a sudden? It was working last night. So these servers, there's a lot of different servers. So there's the backend server for the custom game. And then there's a server that Valve itself hosts, okay? If either of them go down, a lot of these games tend to fail. Very often I'll play a game and it's like the backend server that's hosted somewhere in their like place fails, and so you can't play it. Sometimes it's Valve servers never being able to connect, so obviously it's really just a best effort system. And if it has a Valve dedicated server, it's like on their time and a dime. So presumably it's not a major concern for them to keep it up because it costs them something, right? And Dota 2 skins are not like League of Legends skins that pay a lot of money. I have a debug menu. I have a debug menu. Why do I have a debug menu? What? Undefined. I think the server is down. Okay, well I can't show you this one, but I can show you another one that's kind of cool. How about I just play public? And just immediately start with no one joining my lobby. Maybe this will help it. Maybe this will actually fix it. or I restart Dota, because I want to show you this one in particular, because I think this one is a great implementation of this genre. Not that the other ones are bad, but I think this one has the most complexity to it. That really shows the capability of this. Of how creative people are taking a base concept and really playing with it. Okay, is it undefined again, or? I can still play the game. I can't close this menu though. I'm gonna restart Dota 2 really quick. We're gonna see if we can't get into this custom game. Give me 1 second. Alright, let's see if this works. Ah, shit. Ah, Jesus. It's so loud. Okay, let's see if this works now. So, anniversary. Okay. It updated yesterday, and it worked last night. CD key, CD key? What? Soul contract 1129. What is a CD key? What is a CD key? God, I love the menu music so much. The Dota 2 menu music is genuinely fantastic. It's so cool and so so grand, majestic. Like you really feel like you're going on a really cool adventure. And then you pick a character like Lone Druid, where you spend all of your game farming for your bear. What a great game. Please load. Please. Yes! Welcome to Bro Dota. This is a... You'll recognize it as soon as you see it. You'll recognize the gameplay as soon as you see it. Like, you'll understand immediately what this is. A lot of characters, a lot of cool characters. We'll go with Juggernaut here. We'll go for a melee build here. Different kinds of skills that you can choose. So I can choose my beginning skill. And all these skills have a reason for you to be able to choose them. Turning on and off. It always works. We'll go anti-mage because it gets a double hit. And I like doing damage. I'm not going to use the mouse. I'm using WASD. This is Vampire Survivors. This is Vampire Survivors. And not just a bad Vampire... Like an actual good Vampire Survivors game too. Like actually really good. It's just Vampire Survivors. And you can play it infinitely. And there's all kinds of customization options. All kinds of really cool stats, all kinds of different combos with items too. Missing top. Missing middle. But I really enjoy this because now you can buy this. We have warrior items and demon hunter items. The more of them you have, the better your stats. So if I get more demon hunter items, I can get more damage on them. Warrior items gives me more stats as well. We can get movement speed adjacent. I get luck and investments. The North Wind shop. I have no money. But yeah, this is actually neat. What's crazy is that there's even a custom shader. So it's not a cell shader, but it's like a very, very, very subtle cartoon shader, which is nice. I need to lower the sound effects. Oh shit! Here we go again. But again, you see what happens, right? People just build some of the weirdest things and they make it like it actually works. And what you get is this really interesting take on existing systems. Hello chat, how are you? I see you. I read your message. How are you? We can even upgrade items to make them stronger. And it even says how much of a percentage of your damage these items have been so far. Extra damage plus 10%. Mysterious power from the east, sure. And this is all in Dota 2. This is all a Dota 2 custom game. Buy AK-47. I don't think there's an AK-47 item in this. But it's fantastic. Genuinely a fantastic implementation of a Vampire Survivors like game. There is? Wait, is there actually? It's right there in the shop. Oh, I must have missed it. I can be the top. No, please. No ERP!
What are you buying?
Spider legs. Oh, blade. Hey, blade fairy. Nice. We'll get this.
Power increases.
That's 3 warrior items, 2 warrior items. We need a tarot card. Investment 140. I don't even know what investment is. POV. You don't know what investment means, but you keep investing. And it's crazy to think that games like this just appear, and how nice it is too, because you know you think the genre is sort of done, and you have all these other paid games like Soul Survivors, which is really good too, and you think, oh, it can't get any better, and you find one of the best implementations of this for free in Dota 2 in a custom game. For free. With what feels like no monetization either. Find item, scattershot, multi-shot rate plus 100. Why is she so sexy? Why is Queen of Pain so sexy?
Welcome to the secret shop.
Welcome to the secret shop. Selling watermelon for investment. Here's the quality of a hero skill by 2. Juggernaut becomes alchemist. It's a warlock skill. Fuck. I didn't want that. Can I sell this? Hey, anti-mage, demon hunter skill. Good.
The anti-mage has arrived.
Inflatable sumo suit. Chat, this thing is nipples. Jinkella. What the hell is a Jinkella? What does that even mean? It says investment, so I'll take it. Timo missing bots. When hasn't she been sexy? That's true. That was a nice art. It is. So again, all the art, I don't know if it's AI. Like it has weird AI qualities. Because the art was like a Hades themed Queen of Pain. I don't know if that's AI or not. Again, in these trying times, mods have a lot of issues to deal with in terms of games in general have a lot of legitimacy issues now. Art in general has that because AI has sort of poisoned the well. And my greatest disdain for AI has been the fact that it's stolen things, and then it has also delegitimized real art too. It's been my biggest pet peeve of the entire thing.
Welcome to the
Yo, Terrorblade! Good. Can I heal him? Yeah. We now have full Demon Hunter bonus. You can get a Knight. Each stack of duel increases. Wow, damage, sure. Knights are pretty good, actually. Knight with the same name is also counted in the bond. What? Investment. Yeah, very probably AI stolen. That's the thing too, stolen assets. I mean, mods, you see more stolen assets in general. Paid games, it's a bit harder to get past that for a long period of time once it gets popular. But there was even a mod that stole a lot of assets from Warcraft 3 mod sites like Hive Workshop that eventually got called out on it, and they shut down. Well, not to shut down, but like the creator basically lost a lot of money, and they had to remake their game. It's still a really good game, but I think there's a bit of oversight in terms of the community, but not always. So it can happen. Like the Suzume song. The Suzume song was just straight up ripped from Suzume, so it can happen that sometimes you just get completely stolen assets. Yeah, or maybe both. Yeah, it could be everything all at once. A Doberman. What? I found a Doberman in a chest.
Greetings, my friend.
Holy shit, it's shining. Look at this, it's so shiny. Good. When injured, plus 16 click rate beyond Huangzhong. What? Aegis of the Immortal. Let's call it lending. POV, I make money off of your IP and your art and your hard work. And when you ask me, hey, can I have money for it? I say, bro, I'm just borrowing it. Bro, let me borrow your art. It's pretty fucked in many ways. It's the one great stain on all the stuff because art is hard to do, but it doesn't excuse stealing someone else's hard work. I say as I do a React segment involving never too small for 1.5 hours. The hypocrisy. Well, they can't make any money now, apparently, so that's true. They can't make it now. Well, again, they can still make it through third party, right? I just think Western payment systems are not as advanced as Eastern payment systems. I know this sounds like a, you know, here like thing and then thing in China type of thing, but I like seriously, when you see how WePay is and how Alipay are and how advanced that whole system is, and you see how integrated it is into daily life, holy shit, is that Fauna the VTuber? Random item, sure. I love you, Fauna. When you see their systems and how Stick is a China shill. No, I'm not a China shill. But even I recognize, listen, real recognize real. Real recognize real, okay? You can go to a random food stall and they'll have a QR code to pay them for the food. Or you can, again, I'm pretty sure they've had contactless payments before any other company did. Like, contactless payments came from Asia. It wasn't an American thing. I'm pretty sure it came from Asia, and Apple was the first one to do it, and it took so long. Samsung had it in Korea before they ever brought it here. And it still doesn't really work over here. It still doesn't really work. That's crazy. Only just this year or last year, I can pay my bus fare with my credit card. It used to be you had to get like a separate card to pay your bus fare. And I'm like, dude, I just want to be on the bus. Mango recovery plus 100, but I lose my base health regen. Well, I die anyway, so sure. Beef. I just bought something called beef. I lost 20% health too. But I'm just saying, real recognize real, yeah? Like, I see what they're doing and it absolutely works. And because of that, I mean, WePay and Alipay and stuff, it generates a QR code for you on demand from an HTTP, like, basic network request that you can then display for people to pay you with. That is specific to that one-time payment. That is, it's secure. It's a secure token that you can just use to pay with. You don't get that from Stripe. I don't think, at least not at the moment. Although maybe Stripe Connect maybe has some things with it now. You don't get that with major other payment processing platforms like Xsola. You don't get that with hell even things like the more mainstream MasterCard and Visa. You just don't get those. You don't get that with even different systems like I feel the European one. It's like Xsola as well as Stripe. You just don't get these functionalities. It's not built into the system. Doom. Well, I guess I'll get Knights. Because Warrior needs 6 of slots. Primal Beast is stupid. Look at Doom. He's a warrior.
Handsome devil.
Handsome devil, aren't I? And that's why I think it persists still. Oh god, it's so loud. Why is it so loud? Why is it so loud? I think that's why it persists still. Here for Dota 2 custom maps, why it's still very popular over in Asia, but I can see why it's dead in the West because we don't have many of these things over in North America. If you're a North American mod developer and Steam doesn't support it, you don't have many options to get payments. It's very hard to set up. You have QRs too. Though you're not sure if it's the same thing that what I'm talking about. You think sellers prefer to use them because there's less commission, and buyers hate it because it's annoying and doesn't give you any catchbacks. No, yeah, this is completely different. So this is completely different. So WePay is literally built into the fabric of the entire economic system. It is crazy how far spread WePay is and Alipay is. Everything that you could get. I'm gonna read this. Actually, I need this. Can everyone else vote no? Thank you.
Welcome to the secret shop.
Welcome to the secret shop. You buying? I think we drop Knight. I don't think I can do a Knight. Demon Hunter is doable because Demon Hunter has 4. Has 6. Has 2, sorry. We need another 4 combo. Is Warlock? Warlock is 4. We'll go for Warlock. Arakan. Holy is 2 actually. What's Shaman? Shaman is 4. Shaman gives damage, but Holy has a has a cool effect. We'll keep them for now. Okay, we'll go Holy. Holy shit, it's Ringmaster. But yeah, I'll explain more once I find some items. Sorry. Hunter is super hard to do. I need Holy.
This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Give me more Holy.
We can get
I need my other Holy.
better after I kill these guys.
No, a different Holy. What's a monk? Monk is 4. I need Holy! Need Holy! Hey, Assassin. How much is Assassin? 6. Need Holy! Oh, I can change the volume now, actually. Wait, sorry. Just a bit too loud, but a bit too loud before. The scaling is weird. Well, that sucks. So, it's not a third-party portal, necessarily. Like, it is, but because it's so widely used and so built into everything, it's basically the same as a regular full-on pay rate. Like, basically, they are the financial institutions, or the financial networks that people use now. It's not a full... It is a financial institution too, but it's basically the only network that really matters, and because it's fully integrated, you do get things like cashback, and you also can charge back. You have all the same trimmings of a very sophisticated payment system that has rewards and stuff. But it's even easier to use because you just scan it and it auto pays and you're just good to go. And it's fully integrated. You can dump it into any bank account and it's good. And it's really accessible. Like anybody can set it up very easily. Like it's insane how much more integrated payment systems are over in Asia than they are anywhere else. It's crazy. Like Asia has succeeded at making it very easy for you to spend money, which is odd. And I'm not necessarily shilling to say like Asia is better, right? But it's just a reality that they somehow understood how to make it work. And they And they understood how to make it accessible. And they understood how to make it so that everybody has access to it too. Surprisingly good. Obviously, there's problems with the system as well. It's not perfect, right? Scams can still happen because they're just links. You still have to verify certain things, but usually what people do is they'll say scan this, look for this code and stuff. But that's also the built-in. It's almost like security codes and features are built into the platform itself. You still get into the issue where it's like your payment system network is being run by a corporation where the CEO is, I think, still missing. Like, I'm pretty sure the guy who runs Alibaba, which is behind Alipay, I think, is still missing. Or at least he's been seen, but he got shut down pretty hard. So you still have the same corruption issues as a whole nation, right, to deal with. And, you know, that extends to Korea too, to South Korea as well. But in a different form there. There's a lot of very fascinating facets to it, but in general, ease of use and the ability to very easily spend your money, it's just everywhere. Like, it's very simple. And everything supports it. Like, it's not like something supported. It's not like it's a third party, so it's worse. Everything supports it. It's absurd how many things support
I
it.
shall reach my full potential.
Everything. You can even go like genuinely. You can even go to like a really small, basically in the middle of nowhere place. And if they have internet connection, they probably have a QR code for you to scan to pay for things. It's nuts. And it could be tiny, it could be rural, it could be out of nowhere, and it's fully integrated. It's like, how? But again, it's because, you know, it's designed for easy consumption and, like, you know, easy market trades. It's like it pushes very hard for convenience because of various reasons, right? Like, it's a much deeper topic, but in general, it's a very solid system. And I miss it in certain ways, and I don't miss it in other ways. I enjoy the levels of stopgaps in between, notwithstanding the ability to have, I guess, different barriers in the place to spending. But if there's one thing that they've done well, they've solved the micropayments problem over in Asia, probably. At least based on what you see from online platforms. Anyways, very cool Vampire Survivors game. Thank you for that wonderful talk on economics and payment systems. And again, I wish more places had this. Over in North America, we're only just starting to get there, and it's still very, very rare. It's mostly just the old networks, which are barely even catching up. I know over in most of Europe, there's actually much better systems in general, but I've heard it's hit or a miss in terms of how well integrated it is. Like the fact that you don't get any cash back or something, and it's like annoying to use, doesn't really exist in the systems over in China and South Korea. Like it's so easy that most people prefer it. We're gonna do 2 last final mods. Both of these are really starting to push the boundaries of what we see here. And these ones are interesting because one of them I had to take a screenshot of because I don't even know the name of it. This one is very interesting because this sort of shows what's possible when you take the base core concept and you apply a lot more gamisms around it. And it's what happens when you sort of see the final levels of a Chinese custom game within Dota 2, which isn't like a bad thing, right? But what you see is that somehow the Chinese mod community has thrived on Dota 2 and is making money from it to be able to continue development. Where I think the other types of mods haven't really. It's been mostly dead. Or done out of love. Like, I don't think Bro Dota is making any money. They're just doing it out of love. Old school modding mindset. Whereas these ones, they definitely make money. And it's got really custom everything. It's really weird. It's like the first one that I showed you, but even more advanced. But also gameplay-wise, almost a bit simpler in many different ways. So, let's go level 2. Beautiful custom music. Voice acting. I can't tell if this is again, I have no clue if it's AI or there. I've loved this character a fair amount, so we can use her. Various different characters to choose, full custom art for everything. Equipment systems, beautiful custom animations. It's actually, like, this is pretty crazy if you think about it. And we're going into Buddha's Eye and we're going to fight Buddha. What an intro. Full animation to show Buddha coming down from the heavens. Punishing us with the Buddha's palm. For a game that is just a... This is the game. Yeah, that's the entire game. And what's funny is that I won't even have to play this game. It's mostly an idle game. So this is all I have to do, okay? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I press A. So here, this is the middle of the map, right? I press A, I click over here. Done. Now we wait. A lot of these games have these mechanics. And your character automatically... Like you can dodge, but you're so strong, there's no point. And you level up and you get various skills. This is what happens when you get to the point where the game sort of takes on a life of its own. Away from the confines of Dota 2. Like, it's still the same base mechanics, right? And you see that. This is basically a cracked out Drow Ranger that has way too many items, yeah? But what you get from that is its own experience as a whole, with the rest of the framework of the game being its own thing. For instance, you can synthesize these items to make them stronger. You get various items that drop, and you can upgrade your bow to get bonus stats, and you do certain things. Get artifacts. I don't know what these are, but I choose the 9% because it's funny. The messages, again, just like Chinese online game, that game that we tried on the Steam Next Fest 6 months ago. Like, there's a whole system here, okay? And same deal. There's a battle pass, probably called welfare if they translate it. There's invite codes. There's character menus. So this is my character model. It's just like Genshin Impact, honestly. It's actually... It's so Genshin-like, it's crazy how much it looks like a Genshin-style game, but just with MOBA gameplay, which is so fascinating to me because how far does this go, right? And this is the untranslated one. Like there's another one that's different, that's more translated. That's even crazier. There's different characters. There's gacha roles. The gacha roles are very funny to me always. There's online rankings, online stores. Again, Alipay, WePay, stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of things. It's actually nuts. The gacha is here. We can roll for her. Sure, we'll roll one. And this is backed by a server, so you actually get the data from the server. I got an R per purification stone. Sure, thanks. Okay, SR. Okay, there's like Dota 2 music going on. Stop the Dota 2 music. And then, again, this is nuts. And there's a whole team behind this, too. Like, a massive team building this. So, you see how very complicated these are. This one's actually pretty fun, though, because it's honestly like playing Vampire Survivors if it's just one character. So you just do this, you level up, you get some things, you spend your gold. Demon Suppression, I don't know what the fuck this is, but you do this, you put like an orb inside. You put the orb inside, and then you do the thing with the orb. You get the stuff, these are challenges, you upgrade the challenges. You go to a shop and you buy items. And that's the entire game. And you just keep going. Wave after wave. It's like an infinite game until you finish the level, then you just go. And that's it. What's funny is that they have all this ceremony around everything. The payments, the systems. And then the game itself is just boiled down to stand still and watch things die. Which is fun in its own right, but it makes you sort of think, why is this the only thing? For such a very interesting game. Concept, at least. Yes, people find it more annoying because opening the app and scanning the code takes more than just putting the phone/card to the counter, but it's very convenient if a place doesn't have a card reader or if you pay online. Oh, I see what you mean. So you're specifically focused on the fact that you get to scan it, yeah. I guess for me, it's like the scanning is a part of a larger system. Like the scanning is just one method to interface. Because with the WePay and stuff, you can just tap your phone to someone else's phone and it just works. So what they'll often do is they'll put the charge on their phone, they'll show you on their phone how much you like pay. You just tap your phone to theirs and the payment happens in like half a second. So it's like you have various options too, like the tap, the pay, but it's like even that alone, the fact that they can do it off their phone and it generates a token on their phone to use, to me that's already way more advanced than most systems I see, at least in North America. Because in North America, it'd have to go to a separate device entirely, like it's a whole mess. Whereas over there, it's just someone's phone and you just pay it directly. Or it's a lot like, you know when Apple rolled out their like Apple send money thing? That was already there in China for a long time. Like somebody could send you a bill over text and you could just pay the bill directly from your messaging app. And it would never have to go to a separate web form. Like it would just be there. It would just be built in. It's like built into the entire system. Somebody could actually charge you money and it's built in and you can't escape it. It's literally pay to lose. We'll do this one. We'll do this one. I don't know. We'll do this too. Let's open a divine weapon box. I'll get crazy Yuan to Abi. 1 monster attribute kill. Sure. We'll just continue on. Yeah, I hope like the rest of the world has these systems because honestly, it is a pain to pay for things. Cash will always be king because cash has various things that make it nice and amenable. Namely the fact that no one knows who you are and the fact that it's like you can always have cash no matter what you do. Well, I mean, obviously, depending on your work and stuff, but typically easier. Oh, I died. Maybe I should move around. But at least that's what I can see is the reason why I think the Asian mods aren't really affected. Like, to this day, I don't think you can make Strike do this. I don't think MasterCard or Visa have this. And I think Apple Pay can't be used for arbitrary online payments. In the way that you can generate a QR code to show somebody to get them to like charge it. So I can sort of see why the Valve pulling out of monetization broke everything. A Taiji diagram. Not considered a treasure. What? Anyways, this is when we start to see the concepts sort of blend together, and we start to see full-on custom games that people are making that I think thrives within the environment. Okay, they take a base gameplay and they just make it slightly better, slightly different. Kind of cool, but you can see it's lacking in terms of like oomph and stuff, right? This next one is probably the best one out of all of them. So the Vampire Survivors like was really good, but this next one is also very, very fantastic because it plays with those same concepts, but takes it just a little bit further, and you might even recognize the way that this looks. And also, I want to point out here, this next one, this one I actually think is one of the best ones, one of the better ones. Has 3 stars and has a misspelling. 3 stars and there's a typo. Looks like a shitpost game. It's called Doomsday Easy, Relax, and Fun, by the way. No English, and I think it's crazy how far they've taken this concept and how much better this looks and feels compared to the norm of what we just saw. This is the best feeling out of all of them, with the most polish that I've seen out of all of the games so far, that carry on this tradition of Dota 2, but more. So not crazy new gameplay, but refined down into what makes a MOBA interesting, and applying that to different contexts. So we've seen the whole gamut here of like custom games in terms of tower defenses, auto battlers. There's even a fighting game that I couldn't get to work solo. And this is more of that Dota 2 style game that's a continuation of the base. And this one similarly you can play forever as well. So we have a character here. We have Zioloro, who's a bounty hunter. I'll just play her because she's my most highest level character at the moment. And I played all these just a bit just to make sure that they didn't crash, and boy oh boy, that doesn't work. And again, because it's just Dota 2, but more, it's just more farming. As much as I can hype it up, it really is just farming. At the end of the day, it's just farming. Although this one, I don't even know if it has custom music, but the sound effects are so fucking loud. Jesus Christ. They play their own custom Dota 2. They play their own custom Dota 2 music. What? Okay, well this was it has to be quiet. And this is the entire game. What's crazy is that this looks like Lost Ark. Like genuinely, this looks like Lost Ark, and there's actually a lot more complexities to it. You have to think about how you build things. You have to kill bosses on like timers. It's very weird. There's a lot of secret zones and stuff between levels. You have to make sure that you blast everything correctly. You have to choose the right skills to complement your build and the stuff. It's a very fascinating take on these genres as a whole of, what if you just take Dota 2 and you apply more RPG grindy mechanics to it? And you know, here is sort of the point where it's like, do you consider that good or bad? I'm very neutral on both sides, but I'm not trying to both sides this game, but I can see why it's sort of boring. But if you enjoy the base gameplay of a MOBA, it's kind of nice to have a MOBA that is primarily about just playing around, farming, and building your character up. But it can be pretty boring. And you just get a bunch of these. And this is the best version of them all because, honestly, genuinely, the UI, this is... You could mistake this. You could actually mistake this for Lost Ark. This is all custom assets. Whether or not it's stolen, I don't know, but it looks and runs like butter. It's actually amazing. And this is just, again, free. Like, the crazy part is that all these things that we just saw today, because this is the last one, okay? It's all free. Every single one is free. Sorry, I had to synthesize things to make it fit in my bag. That's the wildest part to me, is that because this is all free, you just get just this amazing deluge of content for no problem at all. Now, obviously, you know, this is all it really amounts to. But it's interesting to think about that this is all just available, and that the ecosystem as a whole that Valve has sort of built initially still supports it to some degree, right? That people still find the ability to be able to do this and actually make a living off of it in some way. And this one is also the most egregious with all the payment options. So let's look at the payment options. First up is the auction house. I want to show you this because it's so fucking funny. This is why I chose this game actually. So the gameplay is cool, but the reason why I chose this was because of the auction house. There's a terms and conditions. There's a terms and conditions for a mod auction house. This agreement is governed by the laws of the People's Republic of China. My brother, I don't even... What the fuck is going on? This agreement is formulated by Xiao Huang Yu Studio, here referred to as Studio, aiming to regulate players' trading behavior in the online game, ensuring fairness, security, and legality. So this is the reason why this is here, is because it's a real auction house, okay? The studio explicitly prohibits private trades between players. Everything must be done through the official system. And boy oh boy, is it fantastic. I love this. Changes and updates, the studio reserves the right to modify. Sure, agree. There's a full auction house you have to apply terms and conditions to. Terms and conditions governed by the laws of the People's Republic of China. I've never seen this in a mod ever. I've never seen that before. This is new to me. Okay, there's actual gacha systems still. So let's just draw 10 at a time. Let's draw. Real gacha. Time hourglass. What? More gacha. More. This is the end secret. Okay, cool. Let's do heroic secret. Let's do 10. Wrong character. Fuck. I chose the wrong character. GG. GG. GG! I chose the wrong character. GG! Fuck! Let's do pet secret. Let's do pets. You guys want the pets? Get pets. Basic EXP pet. Full gacha system in my mod. With terms and conditions. I love it. Intermediate hamster. Furious wild boar. And honestly, full achievement system, full customization system, full character system, hero star level, just like Genshin Impact. You play for a long time, redeem invitation codes, all the stuff, gems that you buy, gems that you can socket, email with attachments, like an actual mail system. And the mall system, sorry, the UI is so loud. Jesus, ow. Why is it so goddamn loud? We can buy a monthly card for 158 yuan, which is, I think, like roughly 20 bucks. Let's say. All built into the system. If I want to buy it, say. Let's say I buy this. We do WeChat or we do Alipay. I'm gonna open this because I'm so curious what this looks like, okay? Let's see what this is. Let's see if I get like a virus. There aren't any apps on this phone that can handle this. So it is a deep link into the WePay app. It's a deep link. It's actually got the schema of a deep link into the WePay app that opens the app automatically to process the payments, and it has the one-time payment token that probably in the codes more of the platform. Let's join Sun and Moon Glory to join the leaderboards, because there's actual leaderboards for this. And people play this a lot because it's a time challenge, and you need to get more and more equipment. And the equipment you can reforge and rebuild all the way through. Like it is actually. There's long-term talent trees. Like there's talents. This is a Dota 2 mod, by the way. This is a Dota 2 mod. This is a Dota 2 mod. I have a box. What? Where am I? I'm lost. Oh no, chat. I lost myself. Oh, here we go. The absurdity of these games. The absurdity. It's actually absurd how much of this is here. And all for a game where you spend your entire time grinding and farming with the best mod visuals I've seen so far on the Dota 2 store. This has some of the best custom visuals. Or stolen assets, I have no clue. This probably is from World of Warcraft. I have no clue. But all I know is that this game... Why did she scream so loud? Is that this game... Like, this is what we're seeing. Right? And so if we see this and we see what happens when you open the floodgates, we sort of see what happens to Sandbox too. Because Sandbox, like Roblox, has the same issue too. Just like Dota 2, you need a custom game store. People are going to use it to make money. And the ways that they're going to do it are really going to feel a lot like this too, because why not? Why shouldn't they be allowed to? You make a marketplace, that's what you opt in for, right? But it's fascinating to think about because not even Roblox or Evolve could solve these issues. And so the whole impetus for this, for me doing this, was to figure out, can Sandbox stand on its own, and to show you some weird custom mods. And I think Sandbox has a very, very huge problem to try to figure out, which is how are they gonna not fall to the same pitfalls as these larger games and larger platforms, and how are they gonna make it work within their context?
我的都是我的。
Because I don't even think Gary's mod, they solved it for Gary's mod. I don't even think it was possible there. And Gary's mod had a lot of paid stuff based on server scripting. Especially the RP servers. Like, there was a lot of server-side scripting to make that stuff work. So, again, what we're going to see is a very, very complicated relationship moving forward between developers and, you know, the platforms themselves. And we see it now, even within these larger companies and these larger games that they've made. And not even these large companies could do anything, so... It's very, very fascinating look. And I always love seeing these because custom game markets are always very different, right? StarCraft 2 custom games are fantastic and have their own flares. In IMO, I actually think StarCraft 2 custom games follow a lot of the same paradigms as Dota 2 custom ones. But it feels like they also take it in a much different way, and I think it's because of how long that game has been out, and how advertised the custom market has been for StarCraft 2. Nobody knows about Dota 2's custom modding scene. Nobody even knows about the tools because you're just making Source 2 games. Because Source 2 is basically fully undocumented. Like, it's still being made. Not like it's very easy for you to make anything for it. So considering all of that, and considering everything that's like going on, totally makes sense why it's not really easy for people to get into. But it does point to something interesting, that when you do allow people to make these things and to show these things, what you end up getting is something like StarCraft 2, where, say, those custom games, it has monetization support, but also the types of genres are very diverse, just like Warcraft 3 and even beyond. I've even played a game in StarCraft 2 that has a like a full-on like third-person vibe where you're like and you fight bosses with other people. It's actually a very cool system. And we're going to see this over time, I think, coming to these platforms like Dota 2 and stuff, and Sandbox obviously and stuff like that. But I don't think ultimately they've ever solved the issue of how to sustain, right? And so it's why I'm sort of bearish. Is it bearish or is it bullish? I'm pretty sure it's bearish on the whole idea of a custom marketplace, because I don't think the experiment has worked out, and I don't think it's possible to do it in a way that people will feel like it's worth their time as a developer to do so. Because honestly, if you have the ability to make this, it makes you sort of wonder, why not make your own game? Yeah, bearish is when you think it's going to fall. Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm like bearish on it. Because it's very hard to convince people to do all the effort for a mod and not make it anything from it, because the systems themselves don't really support that, and because honestly the ecosystem for it it's not really going to work. And long term, if you don't have the ability to sustain yourself, what are the odds that these platforms as a whole are going to survive? Roblox, as bad as the issues are with Roblox, and there's a great report by, I forget the firm, but they do like a very interesting deep dive into all the issues of Roblox and how there's a lot of pedophiles in a Roblox, and what happens there. In spite of all those issues, it's still an amazing way for talented younger developers to make money, to be exploited in many ways too. You know, it's what the various reports have shown, but also you can't really get that sort of ecosystem and that type of reward and balance and even quality without allowing people to make money. But in a way, it's inherently exploitative. Like, the relationship is inherently exploitative. So again, it's such a tricky balance to think about when you think about how you make your own game, sort of like game store ecosystem. How do you do it without pedophiles? Like, it's pretty hard. And Roblox hasn't solved it. How do you do it without people being exploited for their work and being pushed to make something like this and basically losing it all? I don't know. So I'm bearish because again, no platform has solved this. This is still an open problem for this type of content. This type of solo, or not even like solo, but like almost community-driven content that uses a platform to push it forward. It feels a bit like social media, but more exploitative because of the amount of work that goes into it. At least social media, in a way, has an upper cap on the possible, I guess, like complexities that you can have in general. Whereas, like with this stuff, you spend a lot of time making it, and all of a sudden, you just don't get any money for it. So again, it just feels very rough, to say the least. Very, very rough. But I, you know, curious to see where it goes. Curious to see if it can work long term. In a way, I do hope so that it does work long term because again, fascinating concept to see all this come to life. But we'll never really know. It's just going to be very, very difficult, and we'll get there eventually. Let me upgrade this. I failed to upgrade like 20 times in a row. Wow. So yeah, very bearish on the entire concept. It's gonna be very, very hard to make it all work. But in the meantime, while it's still here, it's kind of fun. It does suck to end on like a dour note, right? Like because it's, you know, it sort of makes you question, well, even why then? But I think that's sort of the important part to recognize, that there is no easy solution here. But no one's ever done it, and it's not to say that I hope for their failure. I'm not saying that I hope that Sandbox fails. I just recognize that... Okay, it's way too loud. I just recognize that even if you hope for them to succeed, there are some real, honest issues that you need to think about, and you need to think about how to make the entire system work, okay? And Roblox is the end game of the system as we know it currently today. Dota 2's arcade is the beginnings of the system as we knew it before, and Valve couldn't do it with the infinite money. StarCraft 2, I think, is in the middle, where it has a lot of that homegrown sense of fun stuff that it's made, but where it still allows you to monetize your stuff and still invites creativity then, because then people feel like they're still capable of doing things, and it also has a lot of content in it compared to Dota 2. Like in StarCraft 2, you have a lot of units and models and different effects to use because they had to make it for an RTS. Similar to Warcraft 3, Dota 2 has even less. So it's a lot easier for people to get into the StarCraft 2 stuff for fun, to make it, to start modding for fun. Because all that stuff is there for you. Sandbox is on the extreme end of this, just like Roblox, where they have a baseline model and no other built-in content, not even built-in scripts. And it's even more complicated because it's like C#, it's all the way. And then there's a high-quality standard to it because it's targeting high-quality graphics and stuff. We're gonna see how this goes, but again, I'm very bearish on it. I hope they succeed in spite of my concerns, but I recognize that what they're targeting, which is so far beyond everything that we just seen, feels very ambitious and it's fraught with perils and pitfalls. But I hope they can. Thanks for watching this Dota 2 segment, everyone. I'm going to move on now to the next game. I need to, however, to drink some water because everything hurts. My whole body hurts. I hope you enjoyed this mod segment. I've been planning this for a while, and I've been sort of going through it for a while, and I thought it segued perfectly into the talk and rant that I had about Sandbox as a whole, and but also in terms of the hopes that I have for the platform. I hope that you enjoyed these custom games, because we found a lot of really cool things, and we now have a new anime film suggestion for you all, because Suzume was actually really good. And so in a way, you can steal assets because it actually leads to more social media presence. Because now that mod with the stolen song advertised Suzume to all of you. Please go watch it. And please enjoy these as well. So what's up with Snowjob? Mods, ban them, please.